for the road all my life, thirsty for adventure all my youth, chasing all my freedoms down Liberty Avenue. And every time I hear a phrase my mother used to say to me, everything happens for a reason, I get the feeling I need a little taste of home, 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 just a little taste of home. I need a little taste of home, home, home. I need a little taste of home.
So, welcome to my new home. Doesn't really feel real that I'm saying this, that I now own a 100-year-old cottage, which is crazy. It's also very echoey in here because there's no furniture. It feels very surreal. But anyway, I don't really know where to begin, but I just want to first off start by just saying a huge thank you to all of you for watching my videos, because you're the reason I can do YouTube as a job, and you're the reason that I've been able to buy my first house at 21, which I know is a ridiculously young age, and I'm so grateful and so fortunate. It's definitely a bit of a fixer-upper. There are some things that I kind of see the house as a bit of a project, and I kind of want to take you guys along with me on the journey. I know that I have an equestrian channel, but I did a video or a series of videos the other summer where I renovated the stables, did a lot of DIY myself, and showed you guys me sort of transforming the stables. So hopefully you guys will come along on my journey where I transform this cottage, which is very, very exciting.
Even though today wasn't officially move-in day, there were a few things that I wanted to set up. For example, a tea and coffee station, and this is because I knew that I was going to have builders, electricians, and basically lots of people coming to sort out the house. So I always feel like it's, rude not to offer somebody a cup of tea or coffee, so that was a priority. After that, I had a little wander outside and walk around the garden, kind of soaking everything in because it still doesn't quite feel real. Alright everybody, welcome to a new day and a move-in day. So you might be wondering, Esme, why are you moving in not on the day that you got your keys? So literally after walking around the place, making myself a cup of tea, setting up a tea sort of station area the other day when I got my keys, I actually had to drive the other side of the country for work for a few days. So today is finally the day that I'm moving in. The reason why everything's kind of happened a bit like that is because I was actually supposed to be moving in back in July, but everything's it all got pushed back by 3 months because of the chain and probate and all that kind of stuff, and basically we had to wait a long time for all these forms to be signed and all that boring stuff. But anyway, today is the day we're moving in, which is very exciting. We're in the horse box at the moment because that's what we're using as our moving van. We have my bed in the back, we have a sofa, and basically all of my possessions fit in here. We actually did clean the back of the horse box out beforehand because I don't really want my bed smelling of horse poo. As much as I love the horses, that's just a little bit too much. So we cleaned it all out. We've got some old cardboard boxes on the ground as well to have a little bit of a barrier between the horsiness and the house things. But anyway, let's go to the cottage, move everything in.
I'm watching the sunset on Tennessee hills. I wish I could capture it, I never will. 'Cause I'm not a painter, can't stay in the lines. Just sitting here sipping on dandelion wine. It's starting to rain, but I don't feel a thing. Sitting out rocking on that old porch,
I thought I'd take a little bit of a break from moving in and have a little chat with you guys about the house, because I haven't really done that much yet. So this hopefully will be my bedroom. It took me a while to kind of decide which one I wanted my bedroom to be, because there isn't really a master bedroom. All the bedrooms are kind of the same size, like it's a decent size, but I'm gonna have a little think about where I'm gonna place my bed, because it is like a double bed, and you know, I want to be able to have like bedside lamps either side, that kind of thing. But I actually have a plan. I'm gonna have to talk to a builder about this and everything, but I might make like a little hole in the wall or an archway into the room next door, if that's possible and easy to do, because I think the room next door would be really cute as like a walk-in wardrobe. So let me take you around. So here it is, it's such a nice room. I think the previous owners, this was their like main bedroom. So I was thinking, because obviously this wall here, if I just open it up, there is a really nice storage space if I can get it open, but some of the doors just don't quite like close properly and things. So I think I might like redo this room as like a walk-in wardrobe, get ready sort of room, because what's really nice is there's a massive window here, and I was thinking that's where I could have my dressing table where I can get ready, do my makeup, put a nice big mirror in here for like outfit pictures, but it's also really nice because it faces the garden. Thought I'd talk about the bathroom next. Welcome to my bathroom. Yes, I'm currently sitting in the bath. So the bathroom is the one room that I'm thinking of basically completely taking everything out and redoing it. Luckily, that's the only kind of big operation sort of thing that needs doing with the house.
Yeah, this clip didn't age well, because you'll find out in episode 2 the absolute horrors we have discovered.
It's just looking a little bit tired, and it'll be nice to kind of put my own sort of stamp on things. I do actually have, I bought myself a new shower head, so just thought that would be quite nice for the time being, because obviously don't know how long it's going to take for me to have the bathroom redone. Could just have a shower, but I think having like a shower bath would be quite nice, because I'm one of those people, I love having a bath in the evening, you know, with some bubble bath, that kind of thing, especially after like a horrible winter's day where it's all rainy and cold. But anyway, this is the bathroom. I'm sitting in my bath, and yeah, time to replace that shower head. Ooh. It's weeing. Go down the plug hole. I might just stand out of this because I don't want to get wet. Out you come. Do a little shake, shake, shake. All right, you can just go down here. I should have brought the scissors from downstairs. There we go. Bit of violence. Get out of the package. There we go. All right, we are in. Everyone say hi to the cameraman. All right, in we go. Oh no, I didn't put that on right. I did not even realise that sprayed me completely. Well, I got a little bit soaked. It's not the best. In the back of the packaging here, I've found a little rubber bit, a little rubber seal that I need to put on. It reminds me a little bit of, I feel like some people are going to be like, what on earth are you on about? But you know when you go to the theatre and that you have those little pots of ice cream and there's like the hidden spoon? Well, I've just found the hidden rubber bit. Take 2. That didn't happen. Nobody needs to know I got sprayed. Oh. Success. All right, so first bit of renovation of the house. Didn't quite go to plan. I got sprayed, which I'm actually a bit embarrassed about, because I've done quite a lot of DIY and renovation and that kind of stuff and plumbing on my channel before, and yeah, got sprayed. Forgot about the little rubber bit. But anyway, bathroom is getting there. I've also put my like pajamas on the little shelving bit with my wash bag, which is like my travel wash bag, because I haven't actually got around to buying all the full-sized wash products yet. I'm very excited to do my first sort of supermarket shop. Put a little diffuser up. But anyway, there we go. Shower head complete. So these are the doors that I was talking about, which are a little bit questionable because they have frosted glass inside for a bedroom. So there's actually some cardboard behind here, so nobody can look in your room. We do also have some Paw Patrol stickers here. As much as I do love Paw Patrol, I think we might need to get rid of the stickers. But also there is some really nice like fixtures and fittings and things on here. So I'd like to take these off and obviously get all the white paint taken off, that kind of thing. Clean them up a little bit. So goodbye Paw Patrol,
You've been a great friend the last, I don't know, however many days I've owned the property. One thing is that it's really nice and light in here, obviously having the sort of Velux window up there and then obviously a big window here, so it does feel very nice and light and airy in all of the rooms, which you don't often get with an older property. They're often smaller windows, so that is very nice. Obviously you need to get some new curtains and blinds and things. There is a lot to think about. Also painting, I'm very excited to paint everywhere, so a lot to think about, I think I'm probably gonna like live in the house for like a little bit and then kind of decide what I want as I kind of live here, because I don't want to make loads of decisions and then be like, actually that doesn't kind of work. So it's definitely going to be a long series and a long work in progress. Oh no! So I've had to improvise a little bit here. This is an old blanket that I'm currently using as a curtain because it takes like 6 to 8 weeks, probably even longer. Do need some thick curtains here because we have single glazing original windows here, which if you do go close up next to them, you can feel a bit of a draft come through and do not want to have a very expensive heating bill. So yeah, this is what we're doing at the moment. They're held together by pegs. I have also very kindly borrowed some old curtains from my mum and dad's loft, so they don't quite fit properly. But this is what we're working with, and it does the job. It doesn't have any points for prettiness, but it's something. But something that is very pretty is the window itself. I can't lie, when I came to view the property, this is one of the things that made me absolutely fall in love with it, is the old stone windows. So they are very, very, very pretty. So these are my oven gloves. I actually have 2 pairs, one with strawberries on, one with raspberries on. I feel like I've slowly collected lots of things with strawberries on. Like this jug here I got from a charity shop and I just absolutely fell in love with it. I don't know how much it was like a few pence or something, but it has strawberries on. I thought that was very sweet. I might try and find some like dried flowers or something to put in there. But yeah, basically I fell in love with these oven gloves. They were in the sale as well when I bought them. So I did buy them with strawberries on as well. But anyway, yeah, I've kind of fallen in love with this pattern and also this sort of colour theme as well. So that's kind of what I've gone with for the kitchen. For example, my like sugar and coffee tins are the same sort of colours. Also, all of my appliances are cream. I think the thing I'm most excited about is my microwave, because that's like completely cream. And I feel like sometimes the microwaves can look a bit ugly. They're just like this big black box in a kitchen, but I never thought I'd get excited over a pretty microwave, but there we go. All right, welcome to the stairs. Now, these stairs actually have a funny story because this house, not the owners that I bought it off, but the previous owners before that were actually family friends of ours, and their son was really good friends with my brother. So my brother used to come around here to like play as a kid. And I think it was once at like a birthday party, Max decided to slide down one of the banisters and he actually fell off the stairs. And I think he broke his leg or sprained it. He was in plaster for a week, but there we go. So this house already does feel like familiar because I've been here like a few times as a kid. It's one of those things where you kind of remember it, kind of don't, but the house definitely does feel like home already, and it's very local to me. Like I knew it was for sale because I saw the for sale sign outside when I was riding the horses, so it is very cute. Like there are some like little funny stories I have about that, but there we go. These are some stairs that Max broke his leg on. I now have my bed made, which is great because I actually have somewhere to sleep tonight. Everything's a little bit all over the place. We have boxes, mess everywhere, but I have somewhere to sleep, so that's good. That was one of the top priorities to try and get done today. Also, the sofa I currently have in here isn't actually mine, it's my parents' that I'm very kindly borrowing. My sofas were supposed to arrive today, but they don't fit through the door because we've got quite a small doorway being an old cottage, so I don't know if they're gonna have to go through the window or if they can sort out changing the legs. Anyway, that's a whole different topic to go into. Obviously there's quite a lot of different bits and bobs that I'm very excited about having done with the house, but for now, everything's kind of all over the place. Also, my bed, I don't know if you can tell because obviously you don't know the house very well, but my bed is currently downstairs in the sitting room, and that is because we've had a little bit of a disaster upstairs, so my bed can't actually go upstairs yet. That I'll probably talk about in the next episode of the series. Also, I don't have a lot of appliances yet, so I don't have a fridge, freezer, dishwasher, washing machine, any of that yet, so that will be arriving soon. So at the moment I'm actually using a camping fridge, which has been working pretty well. Got my milk and my butter in there, so it means that I can basically make people cups of tea when they come over, especially if I have people over to do things like builders, electrician, that kind of thing. But also it means I can have my breakfast in the morning, so that is great. But anyway guys, that has been a successful first moving in day. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new or have not done so already, please like and subscribe, as it really does help me out and I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!
So for disaster number one, doesn't even seem like a disaster anymore because a lot worse things have happened since then. But the house is infested. You're gonna have to brace yourself for the bathroom because it does look a little bit like a haunted house. Oh my goodness. We've found lots of issues. Water's leaking through the roof. Why did I buy this house? What have I done? So for disaster number one, doesn't even seem like a disaster anymore because a lot worse things have happened since then. But the house is infested. We've found lots of issues. Why did I buy this house? What have I done? Hello everyone and welcome back to the Cottage renovation series. I am currently standing on my old bathroom. However, if you haven't seen my previous episode, then I'll leave a little iCard to that because you might be thinking, Esme, what on earth is happening? But let's go inside because we have had some disasters, so there is a lot to show you. I thought I'd start off with some good news, and that is my sofas have arrived. Now, if you didn't know, that has been a little bit of a palaver to get them in. They couldn't get through the very narrow doors that my house has. However, the second time, which was a few days ago, an expert team came out. They managed to take the legs off the sofas and got them in. First time, easy, so that is great. That is one thing less to worry about. The sofas are in. If not, we really thought we were gonna have to take a window out to get them through. Anyway, everything is covered in dust sheets because we have had an absolute disaster upstairs. Actually, not even just one disaster, there have been multiple disasters. To stop all the brick dust and things coming down, I've got some dust sheets down. However, I've been living here for 2 weeks now, I think, and everything's starting to feel a little bit more real. It definitely was very, very surreal when I first got the keys and all that kind of stuff. But I thought I'd show you around because a few things have changed. I've got a bit more furniture, temporary furniture. I'll show you in a sec because it does feel a little bit like I'm camping at the moment. Starting off, this is the dining area, aka my grandma's garden furniture that she very kindly let me borrow because I actually have a really exciting plan to do with my dining table. I actually went to a sawmill. I got to pick out my own piece of wood because I was like, you know what? I was like looking online. I wanted to get something that's going to last me like a long time because I feel like a dining table is a good thing to invest in. So I went to the sawmill and I got to pick out my own piece of wood, and we're going to finish it off, put some legs on it, and I think that's going to be a really beautiful piece to add to the house. So that's going to take a little while to be made. So at the moment I'm on garden furniture, which I'm very, very grateful for. This is kind of the dining area, the desk as well, so I've got like my iPad for when I do some work. At the moment, upstairs is a no-go, so everything is pretty much downstairs. Feels like I'm kind of in like an open apartment, which has actually been really fun. I've been enjoying that. But I thought I'd show you the kitchen because that's kind of the thing that's the most complete at the moment. The kitchen is probably my favourite part of the house at the moment because it really does feel like home. I've put all my pretty things in. The only thing that really needs to be done in here is a lick of paint. So the plan is today is also to go somewhere, pick up some paint samples for the other rooms as well. But yeah, I've got everything kind of like in here. I also have a fridge now, which is very exciting. So everything is functional in here. I can use the fridge, can use the dishwasher. I've got my washing machine here as well. Put lots of little pretty things in. Most exciting, my spice rack. Put all my different herbs and things in the jars there, so they all look very pretty. I've also got some pasta and spaghetti jars as well. But so far, the kitchen, it's pretty good. It just needs a lick of paint. I'm going to change the light bulbs as well because at the moment the lights are very like blue light and it does feel a little bit like I'm standing in a fridge. But apart from that, it's all going very well. Apart from upstairs. So for disaster number one, doesn't even seem like a disaster anymore because a lot worse things have happened since then. But the house is infested. we have carpet moth. So if you can see here, basically, this is really common in old houses and cottages and things. We have this in our old house as well. It's basically, if you have a wool carpet, that's what the moths really like. And it's often where maybe you have some furniture and you haven't pulled it out for a while and given it a hoover underneath or a vacuum. But yeah, you can see here, that's all been eaten by the moths. We've lifted it up and you can actually see some of the eggs and things. It looks like little grains of rice. To remove all the carpet, treat it, and then the new carpet that's going in is going to be a carpet moth resistant carpet. So hopefully that will keep the moths away. You're going to have to brace yourself for the bathroom because it does look a little bit like a haunted house. I'll put some overlay of clips on at the moment so you can see what the bathroom looked like before when I first bought the house. And this is what the bathroom looks like now. So you're probably thinking, what in the crack den is going on in here? It literally looks like an abandoned house, haunted house, goodness knows what. But a lot has happened, so I thought this would all be, well, I didn't think it would be nice and easy because it's a 100-year-old cottage. There were bound to be some sort of problems that would crop up. Thought, you know what, let's get a new nice bathroom in. I'm actually doing this a bit earlier than I thought. The builder was really kind and managed to squeeze us in. However, as we've taken everything off the walls, we've uncovered a lot of problems. So from what I thought would be redoing the bathroom, make it nice and pretty, put my own stamp on things, has become, oh my goodness, we've found lots of issues. Water's leaking through the roof. That's damaged the rafters, so they've got water damage. It's kind of like the more we take things off, the more issues we find. However, I don't want to talk bad about the previous owners. I believe they had like no idea about any of these issues and they are so lovely. I'm still in contact with them now. I still ask them questions about things because obviously being an old house, there's a lot of things that aren't quite normal. So you're probably thinking, Esme, why didn't you get a survey done? I had a full survey done on the house. This is more internal stuff. It's things that you can't really see from the outside. So we only really found out about all of this because we've opened up the bathroom, ripped everything out, discovered this horror. Yeah, I expected there was going to be some extra added costs, but maybe not quite that much. The gable end also needs a few brickwork bits sorting out, but with the new roof, luckily, because obviously I want to keep the tiles are really nice and don't really want to put brand new ones on because that will look a bit weird being an old house. So luckily, I think we can keep the tiles. A few might just need replacing. Also, this bit of wood here is supposed to be holding up pretty much upstairs, like the roof and everything, and that is tiny. That is not how it should be. We've also just got some foam here that they've kind of just put there to fill a hole, fill some gaps. The brickwork is also really weird. It's got like holes in, it's hollow, and then this isn't as strong as it should be either. So we're pretty much having to redo a lot of things. I'm at the stage where I know what needs to be done. It's just going to be very expensive and take a little while, but you know what? It's making the videos interesting. I could just come in here, put a bit of paint on everywhere and be like, bam, renovated a cottage, made it look pretty. But this is proper renovation now. This is, yeah. Now, this is a stage where probably a lot of people will be thinking, oh my goodness, why did I buy this house? What have I done? Should have gone and bought a new build for the same price. But anyway, I'm quite a positive, upbeat person, as you guys know from watching my channel. I feel like I kind of owe this cottage for me to do it up the best I can. You know, there aren't many places in the world that are special like this. This house has so much character and I'm excited to bring it back. Also things like this beam, I'm so excited to strip away all this paint, get this nice wooden beam back, sand it down, make it look pretty again. There are just so many parts where I just wanna bring it back to life again, but we'll get there. It'll be good, guys. We'll get there in the end. All right, this project hasn't quite gone to plan. I was kind of itching to come in here, make everything pretty, lots of soft furnishings and paint and that kind of thing. And it's been a lot of building work, stressful stuff. So I thought today, I'm finally going to do my paint samples, put them on the wall and kind of feel a little bit more like I'm decorating, even though it'll probably be a little while until I can do that. So I'm going to grab a paintbrush now for a bit of a pop of colour or a bit of a feature wall. I think would look really cute. So this is the colour Sage Green, which I think will look really nice. Obviously, if I just do this bit, if I get sick of the colour, I can kind of paint over it, but here we go. Ooh.
There we go, first bit of painting in the house complete. But I hope it doesn't look like a sludge green because that's not really what I'm going for. You know, like a mouldy old sewage green. I was thinking more of like a nice meadow sort of green, but we'll see how it goes. That one does look a lot lighter. To be fair, I was a bit scared when I did the first one. I think it's because it's on a white wall as well. It just looks so much darker. It's also quite a dark and gloomy day today. Also, these paints are very expensive and these aren't actually the paints I'm going to be using. I'm actually going to be using trade paint, which is like half the price. You can colour match it as well, so it's the colour that you like. I think this lighter one does look a little bit better. I don't know if it's a bit too of a yellowy green. Maybe I want more of like a bluey green, but we'll see what it looks like when it dries.
Warm nights, long drives, nothing here but moonlight. Raindrops on the red dust. It's never smelled so good. Lay by my side, keep your eyes wide, watch all those shooting stars fly.
It's actually wild how different these paint samples look compared to when I looked at them in the shop. For example, these two greens, I thought they had a bit more blue in them. They're definitely more of like a yellowy green, so might have to pick out another green. Also, sage green is so dark, did not realise it was quite that dark. Also, for example, smoke trout, which is just, these names are ridiculous, like some of them. That sounds disgusting, and the colour isn't quite what I expected. I thought they were all going to be more of like a off-white kind of creamy beigey colour, and that's just kind of like poop brown. So I thought they were going to be more like archive, which I really like. It's kind of more of like a sandy colour. Also, I went for a few pinks. This is probably more for the bedroom than the actual wall, but I really like chemise. It's kind of like a lilac-y pink, which is one of my favourite colours. London Stone, I thought that was going to have a bit more grey in it. Again, it's very kind of like, it's like a coffee brown, which could be nice, but not kind of what I was going for. Rolling Fog is a bit better. I didn't want to go for a grey though, because I didn't want it to look like a sad grey house. I want to have like a bit of a pop of colour because I'm quite a colourful person. And then Potted Shrimp, I'm just worried it looks like a little bit too fleshy for my liking. But overall, there are some nice colours here, there are some not nice colours. I'm gonna have to have a think, and I might get some more paint samples because I want it to be perfect, I want it to be right. A lot to think about. Welcome back to my bedroom. So the paints didn't quite turn out how I expected, but something has gone right with the project so far, and that is my little archway, walkway. So we're currently in the master bedroom, and then if I walk on back, this is going to be my walk-in wardrobe slash dressing room, and opening up this sort of wall has really made it feel so much more light and airy, and also the space feels a lot bigger. We're probably going to replace these wardrobes just because there are some bits where it just doesn't quite work or fit. But everywhere at the moment it looks like the walls have been eating cheese puffs because there's just this orange sort of dust everywhere. Like, look at that there. So that is why we haven't done any painting yet upstairs. But we're getting there. We have an archway and everything's sort of coming together a little bit more, which is very exciting. But there we go. This is where I'm going to be walking in and out of to go and get ready. But also this can very easily be blocked up, so it can go back to being a bedroom quite easily if anything ever changes. Welcome back to the bathroom. Thought I'd do a little update. So the bath is now gone, that is in the skip. We've had the electrician in as well, and he's rewired the whole place. We have a plumber coming this week who's going to sort out the mess of the pipes at the moment. And also, I thought I would show you this bit of roof because it's a bit scary. So this here is a hole that goes directly through to my tiles on the roof. So this was one of the areas where I believe water was coming through. We do have an extractor fan that we're going to be adding into here, so then everywhere doesn't get mouldy again, because it was a little bit damp in here before. But we're getting there. The scaffolding is on the house as well, which I'll show you now, because I actually came back here the other night because I finished work late, so it was dark. Then I kind of woke up in the morning, I could properly see the scaffolding for the first time, and it was wow. It's a lot. So the house is covered in scaffolding. I'm actually going to be going up there in the next episode and showing you guys what they're doing, what's being redone. I also have my bathroom arriving tomorrow, so I get to show you all of that, all the things I picked out in the next episode. And also, one thing that's very exciting is I've learnt a lot about the history of the property, and there is a secret room which I might try and film around in, so look forward to that. But anyway guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. If you're new or have not done so already, please like and subscribe. It really does help me out and I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you all next time. Bye! Hello everybody and welcome back to the Cottage renovation series. I'll leave some links in the description below if you haven't caught up on the previous episodes. But today my bathroom is arriving. I literally got the phone call a few minutes ago, zoomed over here. That's why I'm still in my riding clothes, because I've just been riding the horses. Any minute now, my bath, my shower, my like vanity unit thing, my toilet should be arriving. Although we do kind of have like a makeshift shower in here because there are some holes in the roof, so when it does rain, a bit of water does trickle in. But anyway, let's go and get everything ready. So here is pretty much my whole bathroom in a pallet. So it's now time to cut it open, see what's inside. Oh, this is really satisfying. Welcome to my bathroom, or shall I say the bits and bobs that are going to go in my bathroom that is actually in the spare bedroom or room that I'm going to be making into an office. Doesn't look like it, but this is my mirror. So there is a lot of things that are just in cardboard at the moment. On the day that I'm filming today, it should be done, the bathroom, in the next 2 weeks. We'll have to wait and see, but I'm just very excited to be able to have a shower and a bath here because I haven't been able to do that the whole time I've kind of lived here. So this is my shower head. I've definitely gone for a more traditional Victorian kind of oldie-woldy. I've been saying oldie-woldy a lot because I've kind of want to make it look like a farmhouse kind of cottage, because that's what it is, and just really new modern stuff isn't going to suit this house like at all. Like you could probably put a modern twist on things, but I really want to embrace the oldness of the cottage, even though 100 years isn't really that old for a building in the UK. But anyway, there we go, here we have it, my shower head. I think this looks really cool. Ooh, does anybody else find this like some cardboard? It just smells a bit like fish. I think it's the cardboard rather than the actual sack that it's in. Finally, I've unwrapped it. Here is one of my taps. This is for my downstairs toilet, I believe. As you can see, this is the hot one. In my normal sink that's going to be in my like main bathroom, or like the only bathroom that's upstairs, that's actually going to be one of those taps that have the hot and the cold water coming out of the same spout, because I like to wash my face in the morning. I'm quite lazy, I don't like to put the plug in the plug hole and wait for the water to come up. I just like to put my hands under the tap, splash it on my face, and if it's obviously a hot water tap or a cold water tap, then sometimes it's a little bit, you have the choice of scalding hot, oh my goodness my fingers are burning off, melting, or you have absolutely freezing, my fingers are falling off, they're really cold. So I wanted to have like a tap that has both water coming out, but for my downstairs tap, because hot water can take a little while to come out and you're just washing your hands, I have separate taps just because I think separate taps look nicer. Does anybody else find that, rather than having like one? But I think it's really cute, it looks very traditional. So back in the little baggie you go. It's a new day and a lot of things have happened. If you couldn't tell already, it's been snowing. We've had our first snow with the cottage, which is actually quite exciting, although it has, you know, slowed down work a little bit. But how about we get inside to the, I was going to say warmth, it's not got any heat on upstairs, but I'm sure it'll be a little bit toastier. Welcome to the bathroom. It probably looks quite different since you guys have last seen it. We are making progress. Wait a second, let me just turn on the lights. Bam, there we go. So here we have my little alcove, which I'm very excited about. So I can put, you know, shampoo, body conditioner, body conditioner, shampoo, conditioner, body wash, that kind of stuff can go up there. We also have the bath in, so it definitely looks more like a bathroom. So the taps are on, so it's all coming together, which is very exciting. We've also had the walls plastered, we've got the aqua board up because the tiles are going up tomorrow. Now, I thought I'd do a little tile reveal. These aren't actually the tiles that I'm going for. Well, they are, but they aren't. They're not in the right colour. So when we were unpacking all the bathroom stuff the other day, you know, I was so excited to see the tiles and just like unpackage everything, you know, it was like Christmas Day unboxing all the bathroom stuff. But anyway, and then I opened up the tiles and I thought this was the back at first, because you know, like sometimes at the back of tiles they're like a funny colour. And then I was like, no, this seems too smooth, and I turned it over and I was like, no. These are not the right tiles, and they had like Rosa written on all of them. So I do think, you know, I think I could pull off a pink bathroom. I think it would look quite cute in pink, but I have gone for an off-white just because I thought that's a bit more of a timeless colour. But also, I am going to go for a pop of colour. I still need to decide on the colour and the paints and all that kind of stuff, but I'm going to have some panelling up on the back wall behind you there, but just because I think that's something that's very easy to paint. You can very easily change it up, so if I do go for a more bold colour and then get bored of it or decide I don't like it at some stage, I can always change it, so that is very exciting. So next time you see the bathroom, it'll pretty much almost be done because, you know, obviously we've got to have the plumber in for the second fix, but that stuff's kind of boring. I want to show you all the pretty things. That's what I'm more excited about. Talking about pretty things, I've actually been doing a little bit of a project for the house, which I'll show you now. We're now downstairs in the bedroom / lounge living room area. I had some friends over, so that's why I decided to, all the mess and stuff, because we don't actually have much storage. We're thinking of this back wall, putting some like wardrobe-y storage bits in, because where normally people would have storage under the stairs is a bathroom. That's what I call it, the Harry Potter toilet, because Harry Potter's bedroom was under the stairs. But anyway, in this box here, I actually have some creative things that I've been doing because the house has kind of been a little bit, okay, let's make it structurally sound so it doesn't fall down, you know, all the important kind of things, rather than the, oh, let's make it like really cozy and pretty. So this is my box of pretty things. I will grab out and show you guys what is in. Oh no, it's got a rip in it. This will be bad if it falls on the floor. Okay. Let me just scoot it over here. So in this box here, I have lots of old books. Now you might be thinking, Esme, what on earth are you going on about? So my village has a really cute like antique bookshop kind of place. I think I just inhaled some dust from these. Of course, made my eyes water. As I was saying, I actually have some really cute old flower books here because, you know, it's next to the hairdressers. I just went to the hairdressers, you know, had my hair cut, that kind of thing, and saw the old bookshop and I thought, oh, I'll have a little wander around, that might be cute. And I found these books and I think they were like 50p or £1 each, like they weren't expensive at all. And let me find a cute page because there is a lot of writing in here, but I've done a bit of a DIY artwork project kind of thing. Let me try and find a really nice one. I have some frames here and these are in a really pretty like sage green colour as well, which is sort of the colour that I was looking for, if you can see the wall of indecision at the back here. I really tried to find this colour, could not find it, so I might just have to colour match these picture frames because it is very pretty. I don't know if it's a little bit too grey though, because I do like a pop of colour, but here we go. I actually have 4 of these and I just think they'll look so cute up on a wall, maybe going up the stairs, that kind of thing. And then in the other book, they had some more flowers which were really pretty, and I have so many of these picture frames. So here's some more of what they look like. Obviously you'll be able to see a bit better the vision once they're up on the wall, which will probably be a while because I still need to do some painting. I think, you know, the sort of week in between Christmas and New Year when all the shops are closed, nobody's really doing anything. I think that might be my week where I finally get some painting done because the building work and things hopefully upstairs should be finished by then. The roof, that's not going to be done until sometime in 2023. But I think in that week, so I need to try and pick my paint soon because I want to do it before all the shops close for Christmas. So hopefully, if I get that sorted in time, the week in between Christmas and New Year, that will be painting week, you know. The family, they're all off work. They can come and help me. I'm sure, you know, they'll be up for that. But I also wanted to show you guys a little bit more of the cute interior design stuff, just so then you can kind of see my vision and what the cottage is going to be like, because at the moment I feel like I just keep telling you, this thing's gone wrong, this needs fixing, this thing's gone wrong, this needs fixing, and that's actually remind me that there's something else that's gone wrong upstairs that needs fixing that I'm going to tell you about now. Back to the bathroom, I just wanted to have, you know, a moment of silence for the beam that was here that we very unfortunately have had to cover up. You know, as I said in the previous episode, I was really excited to strip all the paint off it, kind of restore it, and I'm still going to do that with the rest of the house and the rest of the project. So much of this I really want to enhance the character. I don't want to kind of do it up and make it just seem like a boring house. You know, this house has so much character and I don't want to destroy that. But also, you know, we've had to cover it up because, you know, it's a bathroom, it has to be watertight, that kind of thing. We had some weird pipes sticking out here, and in order to make this wall flat and to make it all seamless and add the tiles and that kind of thing, we have very unfortunately had to cover up this beam, so that is very sad. But if we go into the bedrooms, I do have some updates on the beams in there. We're in this sort of bedroom slash dressing room, and this is a structural beam. Now, there are quite a few concerning things about this because it is holding up the house. Now, originally, this would have gone all the way to the side here, and somebody in the past, don't know who it was, has basically hacked away at this, chopped it, shortened it, and this, which is holding up, you know, the rafters, the roof, the very important parts of the house, is just on a little block down here. So what we're going to have to do, because there's actually loads of cracks in the wall here, because this bit is kind of dipping where it's not being supported or not being held up. So unfortunately, we are going to have to get some new wood, and it's not the end of the world. Like, I'm sad that I am going to have to take this away. However, you know, it's a softwood, it's not a pretty hardwood. We're going to get a lovely piece of oak, which is going to go here, it's going to hold it up, and it's also going to make the house a lot more structurally sound. So that's a little update for this part. We've also got some more beams to talk about in the other part of the bedroom. Also, as we walk through into the other side of the bedroom, I thought I'd show you the updated hole in the wall that we have here, because last time I think it was kind of being held up by metal supports and that kind of thing, but now I can stand under it, which is very cool. We're going to get some really nice, well, I actually went to the wood yard this morning, again, in the snow. That was good fun, and we've picked out some really nice bits of wood that's we're going to kind of line this with. We're going to make it look quite rustic though. We don't want it to look like an old house trying to be modern or a modern house trying to be old, if you know what I mean. So that will be lovely. But anyway, on to the other side of the bedroom. Welcome to concerning beam number 2. This is the original beam. Before there would have been a beam here. This bit of wood is from like the 90s, early 2000s. Don't know where it's come from, but it's softwood that's been painted to look like the original beam. So unfortunately, this guy here, it's being yeeted, it's being taken out. It's currently standing on not even one block, but 2 random bit of blocks that I think have just been nailed into, you know, the floorboards. So again, we're going to try and make it more structurally sound so the house doesn't fall down. So I don't want anybody to be upset with me that I am taking this out. This is not an original beam. We're saying goodbye to it because it's not original, it's softwood, and, you know, it's making the house a little bit unstable. Because I don't want anybody getting upset that I'm removing parts of the character of the original house. This isn't the original house. It's just where someone's moved a beam to try and fit a bed in or fit something in, and the house is a little bit on the shaky side at the moment. So hopefully it won't fall down once we've done that. Now, it's also my first Christmas in the cottage, and I can't lie, the Christmas decorations are looking a little bit meagre at the moment. I finally got some lights to go on the tree. The ones actually up here behind me, I originally got for the tree, but I think I accidentally picked up the wrong ones because they were definitely not long enough. So I've got some longer ones that have now arrived. Put that on the tree, so it's looking a little bit better. I've got a wreath up. I thought I'd do a little bit of a sort of Christmas haul for the cottage because I love looking through homeware stuff. I've also made a little hot chocolate station here, so I've got marshmallows, hot chocolate, and then different syrups that I can add to
hot chocolates, coffee, that kind of thing. So I thought that was really cute. I had lots of fun doing that because I've been recently, like, my whole For You page on TikTok have just been people making hot chocolate stations, so thought that was very fun. I've also got these like little dishes which I thought were adorable. One that's in the shape of a Christmas tree and one in a star, and I thought I could put little snacks in there because my family are all coming over to my house on Boxing Day, because some of my family haven't seen my house yet, which is quite exciting that they're coming over, but we're having main Christmas at my parents' house. I also got these oven gloves which are very cute. They have little robins on with holly and branches and berries, which I thought was very cute, and then just a tea towel to match, because I thought, you know, just little things like that I can use every single year from, you know, now on. But I just thought it would make the house a little bit more festive because it does still feel a little bit like a building site in places. I also got these cute little dishes, again, for snacks and things on Boxing Day, which I think will be really nice to put stuff on, because I'm just one of those people, I love cute little cottagey plates, so I did buy quite a few plates. I also, just to, you know, get in the Christmas spirit, I love like Christmassy smells. Like for me, it's so nostalgic. So for example, I have a little diffuser that smells like Christmas, and a little Christmas tree to go next to it. I just thought that looked really pretty, just to kind of add little bits to the house to make it feel more like home, more cozy, even though it's kind of under construction at the moment and I'm on my grandparents' garden furniture as my table and chairs. I also got some matching hand cream and hand wash, again, just to have some Christmassy scents in the house. I also have, I don't know if I'm going to do a haul for these or if I'm just going to put them on the tree and show you guys, but I have all of my Christmas decorations here. I actually went out to this Christmas barn near us where you can get loads of different like cute Christmas decorations, so I had a little bit too much fun out there. I bought some really little pretty ones too, so I'm just going to decorate the Christmas tree because hopefully when that's decorated, at the moment it does have lights on, but once it's got, you know, all the ornaments and baubles and stars and things on, I just feel like it will be a lot cozier.
Straight to my heart, waterfall. In love this Christmas, Santa, that would be the greatest gift of all.
Here is the finished tree. She's a little bit bare in places, but she's working with it. She's very pretty. She's got some nice ornaments on her. Might need to get a few more just because, yeah, there are some places that she looks a little bit bare, but apart from that, I'm very happy with how the tree's looking. We also have our, you know, purple makeshift blanket curtains behind, so it's not looking as, you know, aesthetic as I thought it would, but roll on Christmas 2023. That year, I'm sure I will deck the whole cottage a little bit better with Christmas decorations. But anyway, guys, I hope you all have a lovely Christmas and have enjoyed today's episode of the Cottage renovation series. I'm very excited for lots of painting in the next episode and in the new year, making everything a little bit more my own, putting my own stamp on things, and I just feel like, you know, once it's painted and once I start putting decorations up, it's going to feel a lot more cozy. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching today's episode. If you're new or haven't done so already, please like and subscribe. It really does help me out and I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you all next time. Bye! As you know, I'm currently doing up my 100-year-old cottage, and I've actually found a secret room that's in my toilet. Welcome to my Harry Potter toilet. Now, a lot of you, especially if you don't live in the UK, might be wondering, Esme, why is your toilet under the stairs? Now, originally, there probably would have been a toilet outside. I know at some stage there was actually a bathroom where the kitchen currently is, and the kitchen was the other side of the house, so everything sort of moved around a bit over the 100 years, but I call it my Harry Potter toilet because it is under the stairs and that's where Harry Potter's bedroom was. But I was, you know, sitting in my bathroom or my toilet doing what you can imagine, and I noticed that there's like a little metal lever on the floor, and that's when I looked a little bit closer and there's a trapdoor. So I'm sort of crouching down here because it is quite a small space so I can show you. But here is the trapdoor. Also, excuse how grubby it is in here. This is my only working bathroom, so it's sort of, you know, where I wash my face, do my skincare, that kind of stuff, but it's also where the builders go to the toilet. So, you know, downstairs, just everywhere in the house is a little bit of a building site at the moment. But anyway, if I lift up this mat, that definitely needs to go in the washing machine because that is filthy. We actually have a full-on trapdoor here. It's quite heavy, so I'm going to do my best to lift it open because I'm really intrigued to see where this goes. Okay. Oh. Also, this radiator definitely needs painting. It's got a little bit rusty. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oopsies. There goes a plank of wood.
Well, I'm gonna have to go in there to fish it out, that's for sure. I might put some overalls on because it does look pretty dusty down there. I'm currently putting my overalls on because I think it's gonna be an overalls job because I have no idea what is down there. Could be mold, actually mold probably wouldn't be very good. Don't want to breathe that in. But it looks dusty, it looks cobwebby. I've got some protection to keep me somewhat clean, fingers crossed. I also have a hat that I'll probably put my hair in because it does look so absolutely filthy down there, but you never know. Could make it into like a secret little room one day, that would be quite cool. All right, how do I look? I need to put my wellies back on as well. And then it's time to go in. I also have a head torch, that might be a good idea because it looks pretty dark down there as well. Well, I'm ready as I'll ever be. I've got my head torch on. It feels like I'm going down into the mines. I've got that sort of outfit on. Bit different to Minecraft. I do feel like I'm discovering like a whole new world, a bit like in Coraline when she goes through the door or going down to the upside down. But anyway, wish me luck. I think I'll probably go feet first. I hope there aren't any like rats or anything in here. Okay. Oh, in I go. Oh, is this a really bad time to mention I'm claustrophobic? If you could like today's video and subscribe, I'd really appreciate that because I'm really scared of small spaces. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, head torch is going on. It's like a little crawl space. Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm caving. Like I don't have many fears. Like I'm not scared of like spiders or any animals, but I've got to say, small spaces really scare me. Like that's what I have nightmares about, like walls closing in on me or like going through a tunnel that gets smaller and smaller and then there being no exit. Oh my gosh, I don't like this. Okay, I'm going. All right guys, so there is a passageway along here in front of me and only I can fit down there, so I'm going solo. I've got my phone, so I'm gonna vlog for you guys. I've just got my head torch on as well, so let's do some exploring. Let's go, let's shimmy. All right, I've been going for quite a while now, sort of shimmying along like this. I feel like a little worm or like I'm a snake or something. But there's something up ahead here and it looks like an obstruction to sort of like the tunnel, like kind of made of like a cloth material. So I'm gonna go and explore it and see what it is. Oh my gosh, there are so many cobwebs as well. What are these things here? What is this cloth? Where am I? Where are we gonna come out? Wait, is this my tack grip? Wait, that's my saddle pads. What on earth? Hello? No, this is definitely the yard. That's a bit strange. Hi Joey, you look a bit shook, don't you? You're like, why are you here? Sorry, my head torch is on. That's probably going to be going in your eyes, mister. And Mickey's here as well. Mickey, you have shavings all over your face. That's what you get up to while I'm away, hey? Hi, Gaspy. Yeah? I mean, it is almost evening stables time for me to give the horses their food. Hi, little Duke. Ho, ho, ho. Okay, I know it's not actually Christmas yet. It's almost Christmas. But I do have some early Christmas presents for the horses because they've been pretty good this year. So I actually have a very special one for Joey because he's been in the wars a little bit lately. He's been very poorly. He's back from hospital now. So I've got him a little present to keep him occupied because he is going to have to be on box rest for a while. Yes, so here we go, Joey. I have got you a little friend that I actually went and bought at the London International Horse Show. I've bought you a little friend to keep you occupied. Yes. Oh, he's loving it. He's good old chew. Hey Jojo, what do you think to that? Oh, nice. Yeah, you'll give it on. There we go. Good old chew, mister. Okay, I will actually hang this up for him in a sec, but he seems to be enjoying it. It's like made of like a suede material, so obviously, I mean, Joey is a horse that likes to lick his special licking spot, so I'm sure this is made, you know, for horses, so he's gonna love it. You just love sniffing and licking everything, don't you? Oh, he's going for, oh, He's going for its leg. He's going for a big chew. Okay. I will hang that up now. Let me just pop this around the corner. I'll pop it in here because the ground's a bit wet. I don't want my Santa sack to get dirty. Okay, Joseph, how are we gonna hang this up? Let me come inside. Oh, turn the light on. Should I hang it from here, or is that just gonna be a little bit too much, like, you know, outside? Do I get some baler twine and hang it like this? Should I get some baler twine, or should I just tie a little knot here? There we go, Joey. Oh, I mean, it's not made of food, but you can chew on it. It's like a piñata, isn't it? What do you think, Jojo? Oh, it makes a crunchy noise. You often see, like, at international horse shows and things, if you go to the stables, a lot of the horses, when they go travelling, they have their little travel buddy. Like, they have plushies or soft toys or teddies and that kind of thing in their stable. A bit like, you know, humans, like having a little toy to play with. Look, this one. I mean, he does seem very intrigued. I was worried that he was just going to be like, nah, you know what? I'm not gonna play with it at all. But I think he quite likes the noise that the bottle inside it makes. Makes like a. Oh, you like that? Yeah. Oh, well done, Joey. You're a very clever boy, aren't you? Don't hit me in the face with it, fella. Hey? Alright, I'm gonna give the horses their other presents. Alright, so in my little stocking here, I have some early stocking presents for you guys. I've got some treaties. How about that? Oh, Michael, be gentle. Michael and Joseph. There we go. Somebody actually asked me at my meet and greet, they asked me if Mickey and Joey's real names are actually Michael and Joseph. Joey, don't be rude. Don't be rude. They're coming. No, their actual names are Joey and Mickey, but when they're being a little bit cheeky, hey, I do call them Michael and Joseph, just because it's kind of like the longer names of their proper names. So I find it a little bit funny. It's like you're two little cheeky school kids, aren't you? Yes, little schoolboys being a little bit cheeky. There we go. And it's funny how these two have the longer names. These two are probably the most cheeky out of my horses, so that's probably why you guys have the longer names. When, I guess, what could Casper's long name be? Like Caspian? That doesn't really roll off the tongue as much. And then Duke doesn't really have a long name either. Anyway, over to Caspy. Hey, Caspy? To be fair, I do call Casper Caspy all the time, so to be fair, when I do call him Casper, it's normally when you're being a little bit cheeky as well, hey? But no, he's a very good boy. He's enjoying the treats as well. Some extra little Christmas treats, hey? You've been very good. He's gonna have to step up now. I'm sorry about this, Caspy, but you're being back to main competition horse. You thought you were getting the easy life, you know, being a veteran pony now, even though, you know, he doesn't feel like it. He was so spicy my first ride back after all the snow melted. So it goes to show he's still got a lot of power left in the tank. Hey, mister? Take you out and do some jumping, have some fun. Yeah? Alright, on to little Dukey now. Hey, Dukey Pookie, would you like some treats? Tell you what, I'm going to turn his light on and open up the door because you're so small, aren't you? You can't really reach over the stable door. He's now finally at the stage where he can eat these treats because before... Oh, it's okay, there's a little rustling sound in here. You weren't expecting that, were you? No. When he was... Excuse me, don't be rude. When he was... he loves the treats now. When he was smaller, his he had like his little baby teeth, and he didn't have some teeth in some areas actually, so he struggled to eat these treats because they were a little bit bigger and a little bit more hard. So you had lots of little soft treats, didn't you? But no, he's loving these now. As you can see, he is a boy who loves his food, aren't you, mister? No, you're loving life, aren't you? This will be our second Christmas together, which is very exciting. Yeah. Well done, baby. Okay, I think that's enough treats for you for now, because you'll be having a lot more treats on Christmas Day, won't you, fella? All right, see ya. I've just done evening stables, made sure all of the horses have enough haylage and things for the night. Now, I've just realised I've got to go home now my car isn't here, my bike isn't here, and I don't really fancy walking in the dark and the cold, so guess I'm gonna have to go back through the secret passageway. See you in there. The head torch is back on. Through the saddle pads we go. All right, let's go home. Whoa, it's a bit of a squeeze. All right, so I'm shimmying my way home, and I finally found the trapdoor up to my bathroom. Hallelujah. I did not like that through all the spider webs and darkness and just being in a small enclosed space. But I'm back in my toilet. Here we are, the actual toilet. We have my sink. Oh, it feels good to be home. Oh my goodness, look at the state of me. You ready? You ready? Oh yeah, look at those trousers. They've had better days. Well, who would believe that I had a secret passageway in my toilet that went all the way to my tack room? But in all seriousness, guys, I feel like we kind of needed a bit more of a uplifting, silly, funny video to go on the channel because it's been a bit of a difficult time. As you guys know, Joey hasn't been too well, so a lot of the beginning of 2023 will probably be a bit of a rehab series, me showing you how Joey's recovering, Joey updates, that kind of thing. But let me know in the comments below what videos you would like to see from me in 2023. Obviously, there's going to be a lot more of the cottage renovation series because there is still so much to do. I'm very excited to do the painting. But also, before today's video ends, I just want to say a huge thank you for all the love and support on the channel over 2022, you know. It's been such an incredible year, lots of different things has happened. It's been a lot, but no, I'm really, really grateful for all of your support, guys, so thank you so much, and I wish you all a happy new year and Merry Christmas and happy holidays to everyone who celebrates. Hello everybody and welcome back to the cottage renovation series. This is episode 4 now, so if you haven't caught up on the previous episodes, I'll leave some links in the description below. But anyway, I am here with the wall of indecision, which is now the wall of decision because I've finally bought some paints. This is your final chance to decide what colour I've gone for. Okay, here we go. The main walls that I'm going to be painting today downstairs is in sage grey. This is a Sanderson colour, but we are using Dulux Trade paint that we've colour matched it to, just so it's a little bit more affordable. This is going to be the back wall here. I cannot wait. I feel like this green is going to really transform the room, and it's also going to be really satisfying seeing the whole room come to life. It's now time to let some light in, so it's time to say goodbye to the makeshift curtains for now, but also because they are kind of like in the way, I don't really want to get paint, even though it is just old curtains and a rug, so bye-bye. Oh no, my fairy lights! I hung up some fairy lights for Christmas, but I've kept them up here because that bulb's gone, so at the moment I'm eating my dinner in darkness. Before I paint, I also need to move everything about, put some dust sheets down. But yeah, it's kind of sad because my sofa's all pretty with my cushions and my blanket on, but I'm now destroying everything. We're in DIY painting mode, so I'm gonna move my little makeshift table out the way. I'm still waiting for my table from the wood yard to be complete, so that is actually outdoor furniture that I've just put a little something on to try and make it not seem as ugly. Okay, I might need some help moving the sofa because I don't want to drag it on the hardwood floor and then this get destroyed because it's very pretty. Also, thought I'd talk about the outfit of the day. I currently have my very old jogging bottoms on. That are my painting jogging bottoms, if you couldn't already tell. If you guys watched my stable renovation series where I did so much painting, you would have seen this outfit a lot because I pretty much wore this every day for a whole spring, summer, autumn. I also have fluffy socks on because can't go wrong with fluffy socks in the winter. I've got my hair up as well because last time I did painting, got a bit of paint in my hair. I don't want to do that again today, but knowing me, it will probably happen. All right, so I've got my home phone here because I don't have any signal where I live, so I have to have a home phone. And then I also have my Wi-Fi here as well and kind of hide it in the dust sheet. So if you couldn't tell, this is the green that I've gone for. I decided that that green was just a little bit too of a muddy green. Anyway, I know what you're probably thinking. Esme, where's the prep work? What's happening here? Now there is like a few things that I need to do, like there's a nail that's currently in here that needs taking out. There are some like little holes in the wall that probably need replastering, sanding down, that kind of thing. But this green is quite a bold colour. It's not just like painting a white wall where you're like, yep, 100% like that. I'm pretty sure I like this, but I do just want to get a bit of painting done just so then I have no regrets, just in case I decide to back out that the green's too much. But I do think it's just a really nice calming colour, and I think it will look really nice, but just in case. And also, for this video, you guys want to see some painting, you don't want to see the boring prep work. Let's get at it. We have the paint, it's time to crack it open. There we go. Oh, it's so pretty. I don't know why, this colour green just makes me so happy. So what I'm gonna do is, I've got my brush, I'm gonna do the corner first, because obviously with a roller, it's really tricky to get in the little edges and the nooks and crannies. So I'm gonna do that first, then get the roller, and this is just gonna be very satisfying because it's not like painting white paint on white paint, you know, it's gonna be a big colour change. I promise that this video isn't going to be like watching paint dry. It's going to be interesting. I love watching satisfying things like this. Well, you guys enjoyed the Stable Renovation series, so I'm sure you're going to love this because you've been asking me, Esme, are you going to start painting yet for so long? We were supposed to do this in November. It's now January, but here we are. It took me a while to choose my colours. Let's go first brush stroke. There's a bit of cobweb there. Can you just not... Nobody saw that. Okay. First brush stroke that isn't a tester sample. Let's go. Ooh, look at that. So I'm gonna put some music on because this might take me a little while, and I'll be back with you guys when I've made a bit more progress. The corner's now complete and I'm really liking the colour, so it's time to start rolling. Also, you should never, ever use a screwdriver to mix paint. Let's go. Desperate times come for desperate measures.
Raindrops on the red dust. It's never smelled so good. Lay by my side, keep your eyes wide.
So far, I am loving this colour. Obviously, it needs a second coat and things, it needs to dry, but you can kind of see the vision now. I feel like, especially with all the lights properly done as well, it's gonna look so good. It's time to say goodbye to the wall of indecision. Can't lie, I've actually been enjoying it. It looks a little bit like some sort of strange modern art piece, you know, when people paint little splotches in places, you know what I mean. Anyway, I've grown quite fond of it, and I feel like it's gonna look so different, especially the fireplace is really gonna pop, the log burner being that cream compared to the sort of darker green around it. So it's gonna look really good. It's gonna start properly looking like a home rather than a construction site once this is painted. But I do enjoy all the colours though. It's quite pretty, but time to say goodbye.
We'll keep going. We can live this dream alive. In the shelter, all we need is love. All we need is love in the shelter. All we need is love. All we need is love.
It's a new day, probably doesn't look like it because I'm wearing the exact same outfit. I feel like I'm gonna get so sick of editing these videos, seeing myself wearing the exact same thing because these are my painting clothes. Today I thought we'd start off by giving you a little bit of a sneak peek of what the bathroom's looking like. We have tiled the walls, it's looking so good. Even the tiles in the little shampoo bottle holding area match up. They did a really good job at it. So you can see this line that goes there is also there as well. The paneling is going in at the moment too. So we're gonna have to quickly paint that this weekend before the rest of the bathroom bits go in next week, because I have my toilet that needs to go in, my like vanity sink unit, so it's gonna look good. It's all coming together, so I will have a bathroom soon, which is very exciting. I have somewhere I can shower. Actually, the shower does need to go in still, but just to be able to have a functioning bathroom in the house is gonna make a huge difference. So far, I have only done one coat downstairs. I do need to do the second today. Don't worry, I'm not gonna film that. You guys don't have to watch that. That's gonna be a bit boring. I also need to take the radiators off, so I might do that tomorrow, and also paint the paneling upstairs. So a lot still needs doing. Probably end up watching a YouTube tutorial on how to take the radiators off, but yeah. YouTube really is a wonderful thing. Watch the tutorial. It's very easy to take a radiator off. As you can see, it's now disappeared. It's actually just in the hallway. I've given it a bit of a hoover because
it's looking a bit disgusting behind here. It's one of those places that I guess you never really think of cleaning. So yeah, time to get rid of all these cobwebs, give it a bit of a paint. There's also some areas that we need to caulk. So here there's a bit of a gap, but it'll be looking very nice afterwards. Time to get the Hoover. Okay. Now it's time to hoover the radiators. These are actually going to go in my summer house. We're going to give them a bit of a paint, so they're actually the same colour as the wall, which will look very nice. But anyway, time to get them looking a little bit cleaner. This is so satisfying. Oh no. We are now in the summer house, which in the future I'm going to turn into sort of an at-home gym, which is quite exciting. I have my radiators here because it's time to paint them, and I thought this would be the best place to do it because it's out of the way of the house, so if it gets a little bit messy, it doesn't matter. Also, the previous owners one of them was an artist, so there's a lot of paint splats on the wall anyway, so it doesn't matter if I'm a little bit on the messy side. I've actually already sanded these radiators down, so they're ready to paint, but also, you know, in an ideal world, it would have been nice to get some new radiators that were that sort of oldie-woldy Harry Potter Victorian kind of style, if you know what I mean, but we're on a budget, so painting them is the next best thing, but I think it will look really nice, especially when it's all that lovely green colour. It will just be really seamless. It is quite satisfying, but I am going to be fed up of painting by the end of this. Welcome back to the bathroom. We have done a lot. The paneling is now up. We're going to have to be a little bit snappy this weekend. It's currently Saturday afternoon. The plumber is coming back on Monday to put, you know, the toilet in, the vanity unit. So we're going to have to paint this paneling. We have just gone through and, you know, filled in any holes, so gonna have to sand that down. We also need to do a mist coat on the plaster. This was done quite a while ago, so it should be pretty dry by now. Finish that off, then do a top coat as well, so that's going to be in white, and then we also have the paneling that's going to be in bone, so that's going to be a nice contrast. So a lot needs doing, but we'll get there, we'll hopefully get it done before Monday. We also have some plaster where my sort of archway is, or the hole that's going to go from my room to the dressing room. So I'm actually just miscoating this as well. Obviously this is mainly going to be sort of covered with oak and things, however some of it is going to have to be painted white, so just doing that now so the paint sticks. The radiator is now back in, and I've got to say this colour, it's just kind of transformed the room, but also like the radiator doesn't look like this big ugly thing in the corner. Painting it was a really good decision. It's kind of just melted into the walls. The skirting is also done as well, so I need to take all this tape up. But today I can finally show you what colour I've gone for in the bathroom for the paneling, because although I love the tiles being like a off-white kind of colour, it feels very clean, very timeless. I didn't want to go for a pop of colour for the paneling, so that's what we're doing today, and I can finally show you. Yesterday we put some filler in, so I need to sand that down before we start the painting. I'm also on my garden furniture because I've been using this kind of as a hop up to what I did the mist coat with yesterday for the ceiling, so I've been standing on that just because it's a little bit lighter to carry up the stairs. But yeah, now it's time to sand that down and then it's time to paint. Eek! Oh my goodness, I'm excited. This is gonna look so good. Welcome to the wall where my toilet's gonna go, if you couldn't tell by the pipe down here. It's now time to paint. This is a trade paint colour match to bone. It's a very nice sort of like greeny, creamy grey. That's the best way I can go for. I wanted to go for something a little bit more neutral, but also something that's got a bit of warmth in, because I find that some like white bathrooms, although they look really nice because they look really clean and bright and that kind of thing, they can feel quite cold and clinical. So I thought this was a very sort of country colour and we'll go with the rest of the cottage, but here we go. So this is what the wall is looking like. It's definitely more of like a olivey kind of creamy green. I really like it. I think it looks really nice. It reminds me of the sort of sandstone buildings you see in the Cotswolds. Don't know why, but it does. So I'm just doing this wall, and then I've got to go into a little corner there and get all the little bits there for my storage area. So I'm going to be a little bit claustrophobic in there. It's going to be a little bit cramped, but it's now dark outside. We thought we were going to be a little bit pushed for time, but we finally got to the stage where we're like, okay, we're going to get it done in time. The painting is almost done, and tomorrow we have the plumber coming out. So I'm really looking forward for the toilet to be here. There's going to be a vanity unit and sink, and then a towel rail as well. So it won't be long until the bathroom is actually finished. It's a new day, and yes, we did manage to get the bathroom done in time thanks to a lot of help. But I thought I would show you downstairs first. I want to show you the bathroom when it's 100% done, do a proper tour of it because it's almost there. But if you remember, I went to the wood yard and picked out a piece of wood. Here it is as my mantelpiece. Obviously, this isn't going to be the finished look. It's still drying out. So once it's dry, we're going to give it a sand down. We might acid wash it a little bit as well, just to make it a little bit lighter. We're also going to get some bricks here. I'm thinking a herringbone design might be quite nice, just to put on this wall to really make the fireplace pop, to make it look as original as it possibly can do, just to really make it a nice piece. The lights up here also need changing, so we've got the electrician coming soon to do that, but I feel like downstairs is coming together a little bit more. The sofas and everything like that. I've also got a mat, so that's quite exciting, or a rug. So that's all kind of moved out the way, all of my pretty things, because obviously they've been working on here. We've also got some new stones that are going down as well, because these ones I don't believe are original, and they've got green glitter and stuff stuck to them, and they're a bit broken. And anyway, so the fireplace is coming along nicely, and a lot has actually happened upstairs as well that I need to show you. Welcome to upstairs. This is going to be my dressing room. It looks very different because all of the doors have come off. Before there was a bit of a second wall of indecision where I had lots of different paint samples, but I think I've decided on my paint colour. Wait a sec. Here I have one of the doors. I think I've gone for this colour. I haven't actually bought the paint yet, so I might just totally decide to change my idea, but I thought I didn't want to go for grey. I wanted to go for a nice warm colour. And I know I said I wanted a colourful house, but this is the one thing that I've gone for more of a neutral with, and that is this kind of, what is it called? Is it called, let me find it. It's called, there we go. This is rolling fog, and that's because for my wardrobe or my dressing area, I wanted to have a neutral colour, because when I do outfit photos, because I'm planning on having a mirror on that back wall, this will be the background, and if I've got a really bright colour, it might clash with whatever my outfits are, because I like to wear quite bright colours. I'm definitely not at the moment. In the winter I wear darker colours, but anyway, here we go. It's almost the same colour as my jacket actually. I thought it was really pretty. I was thinking of going white, and I thought no, that's a little bit boring, and I also wanted to tie the bedroom together as well, because obviously we have the little archway in between the two rooms, so I think I might get some panelling like this in the bedroom, and it will seamlessly make it just seem like a little bit more like one room, and I think that'll be really nice. So that is the plan. Talking about the archway, here it is. Also apologies about the lighting. The lights in here aren't that good, so everything's a little bit of a work in progress. We're using decorators kind of lighting that we've got from a local DIY store. But here we go. Again, we're gonna, well, I was going to say distress, is that the right word? We're going to give it a little bit more character. We're going to round off the edges like we have done with some of the structural beams, and like we did downstairs with the mantelpiece, and I think that will look really nice. Again, we're going to sand it down, acid wash it so it's all sort of the same colour, that nice, really lovely oak. Also, it does look a little bit low down, but that's because it is a 100-year-old cottage. All of the doors are a lot smaller, so this is actually the same height as all the other doors, which, fit little old me, this is perfect. So that's all right. If you are a little bit taller, even on my tippy toes actually, I don't need to duck. I do have a bit of a pom-pom on, so that's making me a little bit taller. But anyway, I'll show you the structural beams now because they look really pretty. So this looks very different to how it was before, but the main important thing is that the house is actually being held up properly. Before, we had a piece of softwood that was not in the right place. The original, I think, had been moved, so that was way over here, and what happened was this bit of roof, it was literally just
falling down. Like there are cracks all the way in here where it just wasn't being properly supported. So now the whole house is being held up, so that is a great start. I think it looks really pretty as well. And again, once we've made it all pretty, sanded it down, I think it's gonna look really good. These are the little bits that I'm talking about where we've kind of distressed it, given it a bit of character, make it look not as blocky and not as square, which I think personally looks really nice. And yeah, we've had to do this in 3 different bedrooms just to make the house a bit more structurally sound. That's always good. I like to make things pretty, but the house isn't falling down. Welcome to my door. So the doors look very different. We've had Carl the carpenter, who's done an incredible job at not only, you know, fitting to some of the structural beams and putting the oak everywhere that apparently was very tricky, so thank you very much, Carl. But also we have removed the frosted glass that was in here. For me personally, the frosted glass life wasn't for me. Found it a bit weird, so I've taken that out and we're gonna fill this in with wood, and hopefully we're gonna try our very best to match the wood as much as possible, fix it up. My budget didn't stretch to getting new doors, especially as they'd have to be custom because this is such an old house. The door isn't very straight. You know, this house does have a lot of character, and that's one of the reasons why I fell in love with it. So I didn't want to come out here and just kill the character away. Anyway, another thing that I've kind of, with the budget, as you would have kind of seen before, but I didn't really talk about it, was the wardrobe. We are keeping the same wardrobe doors. We're just trying to fix it up, make it a little bit better. We're also going to put shelves and things in there, especially for my height, so I can reach up high when putting like t-shirts and things on hangers. So that's another thing that we have saved on with the budget for renovating the house, but I feel like these doors are going to be good, and I feel like a little shopkeeper. Like this is my little, I don't know what I'm going on about, but it does feel kind of weird having a door with a hole in. So I don't want to spoil too much of what the bathroom's looking like because it's so almost done, but there's one thing that I want to show you. Wait a sec. Did you hear that? I now have a toilet, and it flushes and it works. That's very exciting for me. I have somewhere to wee now, which is great. It's great.
Coming up in today's video, I hold up a chair, my roof gets completely taken apart, and I decide to make some acid in my bathtub.
Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Cottage renovation series. If you couldn't tell already by what I'm wearing, I'm going to be doing a lot of painting and decorating. I'm going to be showing you guys, I feel like this is going to be very satisfying as well, seeing everything sort of transform and come to life. Also, I've had a bit of indecision about the colour of this wardrobe. As you can see, the huge wall of indecision. Now, one of the previous episodes, I did say that I was going to go for rolling fog. And there was part of me for a little while where I was like, I don't know if this is going to be too dark, if it's the right colour. I painted this bit again, and it does look really good, so I'm really happy with that. But the reason why I was a little bit undecided is because in this room here that's going to be my bedroom, this is north facing. So if you can see here, it is very dark, and I was kind of like, oh my goodness, this is not quite, you know, it looks very different in each room, and it kind of scared me a little bit. I painted on here again, 2 coats, and it looks a lot better. At first, I was worried that it looked a little bit like I've just smeared poo on the wall, but it does look a lot better. I was for a while thinking maybe I'd go cream, maybe I'd go pink. I am actually going pink in the hallway, so I thought it might be a little bit too much pink if I go pink in the bedroom too. But you never know, it is a very pretty colour, and I do really like pink. But I think I am going to go for the rolling fog. Hopefully once I painted the whole thing, when I've added lights, it will make it seem a bit more cosy. Also, another thing, in this episode I am planning on making this oak a little bit lighter. I've just realised that I haven't actually showed you the board that's up here, or the panelling. I decided to put it in here just so it kind of matches. But also, when we were ripping up the carpet, we have found that there's actually a bit of stone here, which is a hearth from an old fireplace. So it's quite cool to think that once upon a time, there was a fireplace here. So we have like taken a little bit of the carpet up, so we need to do all the painting before we put the new carpet down. So we're kind of race against the clock. Another thing is that I've actually sanded down this bit of oak. This bit here is pine, and I've managed to make it so they're pretty much, like, they look really similar. I was really worried that the pine was going to look very orangey, that it was going to look very different and just like stick out like a sore thumb, but actually I think it blends in really nicely, so I'm very happy with that. Anyway, now for the painting. One thing I've learned that's really helped is having good light, especially as it still gets a bit dark in the evening, so this is going to help quite a bit. It does transform the room. Okay, it's facing the right way. Definitely not mixing this with a screwdriver.
Have you heard about summer snow? When it falls on you, your blood runs cold. But don't you sweat your pretty skin, 'cause it melts away for it sinks in. And you dream about this very night, when the moon runs down the summer sky. Could it be the morning of the spring, when the sea runs dry and start to sing?
Right, the last little bit, just getting in that crack. Last little bit. It's almost done. I'm so excited to step back and see what it looks like, because I've just been kind of seeing it so up close and just doing it bit by bit. I tell you what, I'm actually really happy with the colour. To think there was like a little bit of me where I was like, is it the right colour? Have I gone for the right decision? But of course it needs a second coat, and it's got really harsh lighting on at the moment. And there are bits that's still wet and some bits that have dried already. So don't worry, after a second coat, it will look a lot better, but I'm really happy with the colour, and I think it's going to be really nice for outfit photos, having a neutral colour behind me, just so it's not like too much. I do really like the sage green. A lot of you guys said either the sage green or the pink, but I think just for, you know, trying on outfits, that kind of thing, it would be good to go for a neutral colour. Don't worry, there is a lot of colour in everything else, but I think it looks really good. Okay, next thing we need to do is the panelling in the bedroom while that dries, and then I'll do a second coat of that as well. It is now time to bring the lights through. Oh no, it's getting tangled in the tripod. Wait a second. Oh, this is a bit precarious here. Oh, okay, tripod. Mr. Tripod, you stay there. Okay, through we come. Okay. Oh, sorry, little lampshade. Little lamp even. There we go. I did it. Could have done that a little bit better, but there we go.
When the sea runs dry and start to sing, have you heard from the sky all about it? Down the river, high tide flows around it. Through the whispers of pines, I hear them sing. The more you love, the more you live. Do you ever feel like going back when nothing seemed to be a drag? You read until your legs gave way, then you cried and got back up again. And it's real to think that I could fly across a broken bridge in the fading light. Never thought ahead of my 2 feet, never had a care in the world, you see. Have you heard from the sky all about it? Down the river, high tide flows around it. Through the whispers of pines, I hear them sing. The more you love, the more you live.
It's now a new day and the first coat has dried, and I am so happy with how it looks. But I'll take you over to the master bedroom as well. And oh my goodness, I am really happy with the colour. Now it's like fully on the wall. I can see what it looks like. I've also painted this bit up here white, so it's not like orangey and brick dusty. Now I can actually see what the actual colour looks like properly. I really like it. It doesn't look like poo anymore. There was a stage where I thought it looked like someone just smeared poo on the walls, but it does look really nice. Also, the next thing that I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be acid washing these bits of oak. Just because there are some bits that are a little bit darker, and I feel like lightening it up to a more honey colour would be really nice. So let me show you what I'm going to use. So here I have my bucket. I have some little scrubbing brushes that I'm going to use. First, I am going to have to sand the oak down again. But what I'm going to be using is this stuff called oxalic acid. Now, a lot of you are probably thinking, Oh my goodness, Esme's putting acid on this wood. It's probably like these harsh, horrible chemicals. Oxalic acid is actually made using rhubarb. I know a lot of beekeepers use it as well. Obviously to protect myself, I'm going to be wearing gloves and goggles and that kind of thing. But I thought I would do the acid now before I do any more coats on the other stuff in case I make a bit of a mess or I splash it anywhere. The reason why I wanted to do that paint first, just because I wanted to make sure that I liked it. I just wanted to get that first coat down to make sure that I was 100% happy. So here, I actually have a little bit of an offcut of the oak, so I can practice on here, see what it looks like, make sure that I like it before, you know, I just go around destroying the house. So that's what I'm going to do first, but let's make the acid up and get scrubbing, get sanding. Oh my goodness. That is so smooth. You can really see the difference as well. That side is so much lighter that I have sanded down. So I'm gonna actually see what it looks like. One side non-sanded, one side sanded. So I'm gonna need to do 1 part oxalic acid to 5 parts water. So actually I'm gonna put I feel like I'm back in science class at school with these on. Looking groovy. Okay, and then I've got some gloves as well to put on. Very good. Just snap the bucket. Okay, it goes to show there's quite an old bucket that I'm using. Oh, there we go. I feel a bit like I'm in Breaking Bad, you know, with all this going on. And if I thought this couldn't get any stranger, I'm now making acid in my bath. I really do feel a bit like a serial killer right now. There we go. Has anybody else been watching You on Netflix? Because I've been watching that recently as well. Never use a screwdriver to make acid or mix acid even. Just giving a little bit of a mixy mix. All right, let's see this acid in action. You can already see such a big difference. So this is the bit where we've put the acid on and we've sanded it, and it's a lot more of like a honey, lighter colour. So I'm gonna let this dry for a bit while I sand down the rest of the oak that is actually being used, unlike this one. And then I'll come back once it's dry, see if I'm happy with it, and then it's time to acid the rest.
Make me work, make me sweat inside, make me feel like I'm alive. Take this hurt, lady, throw it in my face. Don't let these bones slow you down. 'Cause I'm coming on strong, the grass should have looked greener. I need a true believer in disguise. If I'm loving you wrong, short-changing and receiving, girl, you best believe me behind. 'Cause I'm over easy tonight.
I'm really happy with how the wood is looking, and now I've sanded it down. It also feels really smooth here too. I'm really excited to put the acid on now because I've just looked at the piece of wood that I put the sample bit on, and oh my goodness, it looks amazing. It's going to look so good when all of this is done as well. I think what I might end up doing is beeswaxing it in the end, like after I finish doing all the acid and all that kind of stuff. But I think it's going to come out in a really beautiful colour, so let's get the acid.
State the truth, spit it out, I'm waiting. Don't leave me contemplating my own life. Another man or lover, don't need a 4-leaf clover to decide. 'Cause I'm coming on strong, the grass should have looked greener. I need a true believer in disguise.
So this is what the wood is looking like now. You can already see how much lighter it's got. I'm going to leave the acid on for a few hours and then come back and then wash it off. So I will see you when it's looking a little bit lighter and finished. Also, this is like the best form of decorating because I'm quite a messy person. I feel like I do everything a little bit faster than I probably should. So you can see here, I've been a little bit messy. It does look like the back of Mickey's stable wall sometimes when he's had a bit of a squirty bum, but it's fine. We can paint over it. This wall hasn't been painted yet, apart from when I did do a mist coat over the plaster. But anyway, I will see you all tomorrow when this is nice and dry. Welcome to the living room. It's probably looking a little bit different in here. So I've actually acid washed the oak. Now this is brand new pieces of oak. The top one here you can see has a live edge, which I think is beautiful. We've kind of kept that very rustic. Also, we haven't acid washed it too much on these pieces just because it is an old cottage. I don't want it to look brand new. So I'm really happy with how it's looking. After we acid washed it, I've also put some stuff called Osmo over the top, and that's kind of like a protective oil. It's really brought out all the colors, so it's
it's a little bit more honey-like. The electrician's been, and soon they're going to put some lights up here so you can see all the holes where they've been working on that. But if I come down here, I actually have some brick slips here. So I've decided that we're going to put some bricks kind of on this back wall here. I was originally going to go for this colour green. Now what you might not realise is that this bit of the wall actually goes in a little bit further than the pieces outside. You can't really see that, so once the brick slips are there, I think it will look really good. I think I'm going to go for a herringbone design, so it's kind of when it goes like that. A lot of traditional old fireplaces are originally like that. I feel like if I do like normal bricks like that, it will seem like maybe a little bit too modern. So I think the herringbone design will look really nice. For a while, I didn't really like herringbone, just because I don't know if anybody else is like this, but it makes me think of the like 2012, 2013 chevron print that was literally on everything. So I didn't want it to look like that, but don't worry, I don't think it is going to look like that. I think it's going to look really nice. Yeah, that's when the bricks will sort of be a little bit like that. Also, thought I'd do a little bit of a haul because a lot of things have arrived. I actually have some dining room chairs here, so we're kind of having to film around. It's kind of like a musical furniture in here at the moment, moving everything about. But these chairs here, I looked at loads of really nice, because I wanted to get something that's going to last a long time, and I looked at different websites, I looked in different shops for nice sort of country farmhouse chairs. Now when I tell you, they are expensive. So I had a little look around. I found this company that's on Etsy and also on eBay. It's an independent company. It's called Made in the Cellar, I believe, and they custom made me all of these chairs. You could choose like exactly what colour you wanted. So this is Farrow & Ball Beverly, I believe, which is like a really dark green, which I think will look really nice, obviously with the sage green walls. Hopefully it doesn't look too like green overload, but we have really dark wood floors, and I think the dark green of the chairs will just look really nice. The main thing that I'm excited for that I need to show you today, which is also very different, is my extra storage, which is kind of the other side of the living room over here. So if I walk on over, you can see there is this bit of wall here, because originally that used to be the kitchen. This was all blocked off, so some of the previous owners knocked this wall down. These cupboards really are a game changer, because it doesn't feel like we've lost any space of the house. For a while I was thinking of getting like secondhand wardrobes, doing them up, putting them in here, but in the end it didn't actually cost that much to put this in, because all we've done is basically just put the doors in along here, and we don't have to worry about the back wall or the side walls, because that's literally the walls of the cottage. So if I open it up, something that I've added, which is probably a little bit extra, but I love it, that is when you open up the doors, the electrician has added some LEDs. I'm a very organised person, but things get disorganised. You're trying to look for something, it's dark, it's a little bit tricky. So having these lights in here is incredible. Also, something else we've done, because you know I'm the person that's put the cupboards in this cupboard here, if I open it up, I need to find some door handles, but we have made this shelf the exact height so my Hoover fits in, because I feel like that's just something that you don't really think about, like where are you going to put your Hoover or your vacuum cleaner? Pop it in there. I can only open one side because there's lots of mess down here, but in here we're going to put a pole across, so this can be like a coat cupboard, so I can put all my coats and my jackets and wellies and things like that. Actually, I'll probably have some of the wellies in the storage by the door, because I'll be using those a lot, but just like extra shoes, that kind of thing, because you can never have too much storage, because I feel like this can now be my mess cupboard. I have no excuse for the cottage or the house to be messy. I can just chuck everything in here, so that is going to be my solution. The question for today is, what colour are we going to paint these? So I have actually picked up some paint samples. Some of them are a little bit out there, I'm not gonna lie. Some might be quite bold, quite brave, but you'll have to let me know. Let's get them. I believe this is Sanderson Indigo Blue, and this is like a navy grey. This is probably the least out there colour, which is saying something, but here we go. Oh, I do think actually, I didn't think navy was part of the cottage colour palette, because I have gone for a lot of pastel-y colours, but I feel like in this room I could get away with something a little bit darker. It looks very smart. It looks very posh. It's giving country estate. That's what I'm trying to go for, even though it's a little cottage, but you can dream. This is a very similar shade to the sage grey that I have in the other room, or it's kind of the same room because it's all very open plan. This sort of baby blue, what's it called? Window blue, I think would look really cute in the bathroom, but This colour just makes me happy. Although people do say blue and green should never be seen unless there's something in between. But there is a lot in between. Like there's a lot of creams in here. There's a lot of wood colours and textures. So I don't think it would clash. I think it would actually look quite nice. And I think this, again, for the downstairs toilet will look very cute. I will put a sample on the other wall just in case, because I feel like this is the sort of room where I could put a colour on the cupboards and a colour on the wall that we're facing, which is going to be where the TV goes. I feel like it would make it seem a little bit more like a Snug, a little bit more like a TV games kind of room, rather than it all being very open plan. See, I don't think if I went the navy, if I would put navy on that wall, because it does look pretty much black, but it could be a statement if I wanted this to be a little bit more moody, a little bit more cozy. I'm living with my parents at the moment because it is just a state, and builders are coming in at like 6 a.m. when I'm up, but I'm in my pyjamas. Didn't feel that comfortable, so. Oh, I'm a bit nervous about this one. This one is out there. It's called Preference Red. This is a flower and ball colour, and it is dark. It's dark. So I thought to go completely sort of opposite colour of the colour wheel to the green would be red, but I didn't want to go, you know, red, because I don't want it to look like some sort of weird dungeon. So I thought this could be a very nice berry kind of colour, very autumnal, winter, cozy, because this is going to be kind of like the cozy Snug. One of the Round Roof stables that I went to, that's owned by Emma, has this colour, sort of burgundy, berry, sort of red everywhere, and it looks so smart. So again, that's kind of what I was going for. I don't know if it's one of those colours that I'm going to get sick of, or if I think it's going to just be a bit too bold for me. Oh, I don't know. I could go for some cushions that could really tie it all together, that maybe have like winter berries on. That could be really cute. I think this might be too much to go for the double wall, but we can give it a go. Looks like sort of someone spilt red wine on the walls. No, don't say there's been a murder. This is the final colour I've picked up for the wardrobe. It looks a little bit like carrot soup. It's called Flower Pot, and it's very orange. If you were wondering why I was going for this, if it does look awful, the sort of vibes I was thinking of is the other side of the colour wheel of green is kind of like red or orange, and I was thinking, like, if you look at a lot of boho kind of homes, they have a lot of orange in with the green, and it looks really nice. I haven't really gone for a boho style in the house, but it could be nice, or it could be awful. I'm undecided yet. If it looks awful, I didn't choose this paint colour. That wasn't me. Yeah. I just don't know if it's going to make me think of carrots, or if it's going to be one of those colours that I'm just going to look at all the time and be like, I'm fed up of it. It's too much. Like, my eyes hurt. Because, like, I like wearing colourful outfits, but you're only wearing that for a day. Well, obviously you re-wear it, but you don't have to wear it like every single day. But this, I'll be looking at every single day. You know, I can't just shake it up a little bit. Like, that is orange. I'm going to go through each colour and why I chose them and why I'm choosing them / not choosing them. So, starting off, we have the navy. Very classic, very timeless. Next, we've got the baby blue. I'm not actually calling them their proper names, I'm sorry. This is window blue. That was indigo blue. So for the window blue, I really like it. It gives, my dad said it looks a little bit like a primary school, but I just think a baby blue is such a pretty colour. So I think that could be cute. I just need to think of what sort of doorknobs I'm going to go for as well, because that could also sway me on what colour I decide. I think it's Preference Red. This is Preference Red. Those two are Samsung colours. This is a Farrow & Ball colour. I've literally just dipped my finger in the paint. Sorry about that. But it makes me think of sort of autumn berries, winter, like a nice berry lipstick as well. I think that could also be very nice. Again, it makes me think of like a more of a country estate. But then also I feel like red can be quite bold. Also, some red can make it seem like some sort of underground dungeon, which is not what I'm going for. And then the orange here, which is Flower Pot. This colour has been denied. This colour it's not for me, unfortunately. The reason behind this, which I think would look cute, I thought it was going to feel like the boho kind of style. I thought also because it's kind of a bricky, dusty colour, it could go quite nice with the brick slips in the other room. But I think for me, I'm just going to look at it every day and think of like Halloween and think of carrots and that's probably not what I'm wanting to be thinking of when I look at my wardrobe. I feel like orange can look really nice, but I just think with the rest of the room and just the sort of vibe I've gone for, it's not for me. So at the moment it's one of these three. I might need some help deciding, so let me know in the comments. I don't know how long I'll decide until I've edited this video or not, but those three are the ones I'm looking at the moment. Welcome back to my Harry Potter toilet. The toilet isn't actually here. A lot has changed. It looks very different. We put some panelling in. All of the old tiles and things have been taken down. The sink's gone, the radiator's gone, the shelf is gone. So we need to do a mist coat and obviously paint all the new plaster on here. But I've gone for panelling again just because it's so pretty. I love it. So this is the colour that I'm thinking of going for down here that you would have seen previously on the wardrobes. Let me just, that's way too much paint on my brush. I'm a serial putting too much paint on my brush kind of girl. Who doesn't like a baby blue or a light blue? I just think it's so pretty. It makes me happy. Makes me think of like sunny skies, going to the beach. I feel like blue is such like a overused colour for a bathroom, so that's why I didn't want to use it on the bathroom upstairs, but I thought, you know what, the downstairs bathroom, just a little bit of blue. That's cute. I don't want it to seem too cold either. That's why, you know, a downstairs toilet you're not in for long, but an actual bathroom where you're having a bath, I feel like blue can be quite cold. And as I said before in the bathroom video, I wanted the bathroom to feel really warm, so I'm really happy with that. I think that's the first time I've picked one paint and I've gone, yeah, that's the one. Finally, I'm getting somewhere with decision making in the Cottage renovation series. I've actually made a decision, first time. We're now up the scaffolding, which is actually coming down at the end of the week. It's been a few weeks later, but finally this gable end wall is finished, the roof is finished. It was really weird because they actually like took the whole roof off. Like you could see in the attic, you could see like in the house. It was crazy. Also, the roof does look exactly the same, however a lot of money has gone into it. We've got new battening, we've got a few new tiles. Some tiles did have to be replaced. We do have some reclaimed tiles though, so the side that you can kind of face the house does have like most of the old tiles on, so it kind of like the whole village and things, it still looks old, it doesn't look brand new. Also they've done a really good job of matching the tiles too, because I can barely tell which ones are new. Also this is new, so that looks very smart. It's got a nice new trim. We've got some new wooden pieces on where the dormers are. That also looks really nice. But most importantly, there's insulation in here. There's waterproof. It's watertight. I'm hopefully not going to have any more leaks. This roof is going to be good for at least, fingers crossed, another 50 years. So I'm sure the cottage is feeling a lot healthier now, a lot happier. It's actually being held up properly. So when the scaffolding is taken away, fingers crossed, the house does feel structurally sound, but we're getting there. The house is feeling a lot healthier. So. Also, these bricks here, I can't remember if I've shown you these or not, because there's been a lot of filming here, there, everywhere, that kind of thing. But a lot of these are reclaimed bricks. And again, they look new, but they don't look new. They still tie in with the cottage. It doesn't stick out like a sore thumb. I'm really happy. I'm really happy. This was all like wobbly before. So anyway guys, I'm going to finish today's episode of the Cottage renovation series there. I've been busy painting this week, so it won't be long until the carpet's in and then I can actually start moving back in properly. So thank you so much for watching today's video. If you're new or have not done so already, please like and subscribe. It really does help me out and I really do appreciate it. And I'll see you all next time. Bye! Coming up in today's video, I climb through a window. We find yet another problem. I reverse backwards into a wardrobe and finally show you the finished bathroom.
Welcome to my bathroom reveal. Not quite yet though, because there's still a few things that need to be done, but it's almost there. Today you'll get to see it. We are currently just waiting for the electrician because he's actually going to put some little lights in the bath panel. I thought that'd be really nice because then I can just have those lights on and the light in my little alcove, and it'll be very, very chilled, low-level lighting while I have a bath. But anyway, before the electrician comes, I'm actually going to be putting a lot of insulation under the bath. Something keeps my bath water a little bit warmer. So that's the plan for today. Yeah, final fix for electrics, and then by the end of the day, I will have a complete bathroom. So he's gonna be arriving any second now, so let's get moving. Let's go. So here we have some 100mm loft insulation. I actually have some goggles on and some gloves. I'm gonna put a mask on in a sec just because I'm a very sensitive human. This can be a little bit irritant sometimes, so I'm just gonna open it up, then it's time to pop it under the bar. You spin me round, right, round, right. While the electrician is finishing up the bathroom, I thought I'd show you the roof. We are going on the roof. I'll show you the easy way up there. Here we go. I am literally gonna climb out the window. I feel like I'm some sort of spy, or I'm on a mission. I'm climbing through. Through I come. Might not have looked too elegant when climbing through the window, but I've got to say, I much prefer doing that than going up the rickety ladder. Don't know what it is, but ladders do scare me a little bit. But anyway, come through my gap. You can fit through, come on. If you mind the wisteria here that we're gonna unfortunately have to say goodbye to. It's very pretty, but it is destroying this wall. I will show you up here. Welcome to the roof. We are now at the top of the house. This here looks very different to how it did at the beginning. So when the builders first came up here, because in the survey it did say it needed a little bit of repointing, this end gable wall, they put a ladder against it and the house actually started moving, and they were like, this is too dangerous. That's why we have the big old scaffolding around the house kind of holding it up. So the other day they took all this down. There were a lot of bricks that were kind of even crumbling under their hands, so we have had to get some reclaimed bricks so they still look kind of oldie-woldy and fit in with the property. But here you can see it looks a lot better. There are no cracks or crumbling bricks, so that is always a good start to having a house that is structurally sound. But yeah, this wall is looking a lot better. However, we have just found out that there's been another thing that's not going too well around the corner, and that is on the dormer. I do feel a little bit like I'm walking down a catwalk on the scaffolding here. Anyway, we have been basically removing bits, and here we can see this bit of wood that's holding up the dormer is rotten. So that's going to need to be fixed because that is not great. But we've, as you can see, a lot of tiles have been taken off. More rotten bits have been taken off, but we'll get there, it'll be fixed eventually, it'll be fine, it's all good. But yeah, that does not look very good. Absolutely shocking. And it's now time to go back through the window. You might have noticed from the previous episode that this door no longer has a hole in, so I can't just, stick my head through like I did before. We've filled it in, or the carpenter has. Thank you very much, Carl. He has been incredible. Before, it was frosted glass. Now I won't have somebody looking through at me in my dressing room or bedroom. I think it's actually matched up really well. Obviously there are some bits that we need to sand down, there are some holes that we need to fill, the doors do need a bit of a neaten up, we might varnish them, but anyway, that's for future Esme to worry about. But if I show you the wardrobe, we come over here, ta-da! It probably looks completely the same to you guys last time you saw it, but the wardrobe is just so much better now. Even just things like at the top, it's actually level and straight. Before it was a little bit not very even. Also, the thing I love the most is if we pop open the doors, they don't drag on the floor now. Instead, we actually have a little step here. So if I wanted, I could put some shoes here, or I don't know, it feels a lot higher quality. And we've kept, the doors that were here before, so we have kind of, I was going to say recycled them, we've just kind of fixed them up really, which has made things a little bit cheaper as well. Obviously we have the wall of indecision, that is now the wall of decision, because in the previous episode you will know that I decided to go for rolling fog, a nice neutral colour. But I'm also really excited because in here we have some really lovely storage bits. So I actually have shelves, so can you imagine like shoes on here, or like my bags, or just pretty things. I love organisation. I think one of the things I'm most excited for is just putting all my clothes in my wardrobe, having everything sort of colour coordinated and hung up neatly. I don't know what I'm going to end up putting in here because it is like a small little, I could almost get in here actually. I don't know. I don't really know what I'd put in here. because it's a little bit more tricky to get in here. Well, this is where my dressing table is going to go, so I do need to think about that, but it is all coming together very nicely. Actually, this window might be a bit easier to go through compared to the other ones when I do my little spy mission climbing through. So this is our lighting system for when it's dark in here, because the lights in here are really bad, like you just can't really see much. So I've got some decorators lighting that we're actually using for filming, just so the lighting's a bit better for you all. But there we go, it makes everything just look a bit better now. Okay. The bedroom has also had quite a few bits done since I've last talked to you. So the archway that we have and all the oak bits that we've put in for structural beams, they have lightened up quite a bit. I mean, there are still some areas that's quite dark, but I think once I've sanded it down, it will go to like a really nice honey colour, and I think that'll look really pretty. Also, we have some paneling here. I decided to go for paneling in the bedroom up to this kind of level. I was thinking of doing it all the way so it matches the dressing room, and I thought the paneling in here will just kind of tie the two rooms together, make it seem a little bit more like one big room, and I'm going to paint this in the same colour rolling fog, just again to tie it together. But also we were umming and ahhing about how far we should do the paneling, where it should go. I have decided to put a little bit in this nook here that isn't quite attached yet, so that needs doing. But I thought I could put like a little dressing table in this corner, because I'll have to wait and see once the bed is in the room. I'm having to do a lot of imagination and brain work here, but I think it'll look really nice. I can just imagine, you know, this is where I'm going to be lying, kind of. Obviously not under rubble. Still need the carpets to be done, but we have a lot of painting to do before then, so yeah. Prepare yourself for lots of painting videos coming up soon. It's now a new day and I can finally do the bathroom reveal. This feels like such a big moment, not only because I now have a functioning toilet, bath, shower, but also because it's the first room that's done, and also this is the room that probably caused a lot of the problems. It was the room that made us discover a lot of the problems. So if you can hear all the background noise of hammers and builders, that's because they're taking my roof off today. So if you watched the previous episodes, you'll know that when we took the bathroom apart, that's when we found water leaking through the roof. So they're fixing that at the moment, but I'm so excited to finally show you all the hard work that's paid off. Come on. Welcome to the bathroom. It feels really strange because this is the one room that is complete and everywhere else looks like a building site, but here it is. I wanted to go for something that's timeless, feels very cottagey, very country living. So for the tiles, I went for a white just because it's a very like non-offensive colour. It's kind of an off-white as well because I didn't want anything too clinical, anything that felt a bit like, you know, you're walking into a white, clean hospital. But I also wanted it to be a nice, warm, cozy space as well. I have gone for lots of little bottles to put my shampoo and things in, just because I don't know what it is, but having something glass over something plastic just feels a lot more fancy, and I can buy the big bottles of like shampoo then and decant them into here, so that's a little bit better for the environment. A lot of people have asked me, because I have shown like a few pictures to my friends and family and things, they were like, Esme, how can you tell what is in what bottle? Well, anybody else have like a shower routine and you kind of like, I don't know, like wash your hair first, that kind of thing. So basically I put all the bottles in the order that I shower. One of them I haven't put stuff in, but anyway, there we go. My pretty little bottles. You can kind of see that I've gone for a green and pink theme in here. Also, we do have a bit of glass here because it is a shower bath. Because it is a very small space in here, we were like struggling, we were thinking like, do we just get rid of the bath? Do we just go for a shower? But we managed to make a compromise and we do have a bath shower, which I love because I am more of a shower person, like day to day. Do have a shower, but I do love a good bath, pamper session, spa session. So I absolutely love it. That is just, it makes me very happy. But anyway, yeah, this is the little bath panel here. Also, if I am having a bath, it does move the other side as well. So it doesn't feel like too claustrophobic and you're in like a confined space when you're having a bath, which is nice. Also, one of my favourite parts is this little shelf does have a light, and so does the bath panel as well. So down here there are 3 little lights that kind of shine out of the bath panel. So what I can do is I can turn the big lights off and can have a really proper relaxing spa bath session in here after a long day. Ooh, there goes a bin. you can tell that it's quite a small space. I also have like a candle here, a little diffuser, just so it smells nice, especially as it's next to the toilet. I've added a plant as well. I might have to move that when I do have a bath because I don't want to be, you know, shampooing my hair and then shampoo flying into my little fern over here, but I think it looks very pretty. And I've never had like plants in a bathroom before because all of my bathrooms have either had like no window or not enough natural light. Like the bathroom downstairs doesn't have any light, so I'm very happy that I can have plants in here. Next we have the toilet. As you can see, we actually painted the toilet seat. Oh, I haven't actually flushed that. I've got some not dirty toilet paper. I was using toilet paper to like clean the edges. Okay, let me just. As you can see, it flushes. But now here you can see the toilet is the same colour as the wall. I wanted to go for a colour that wasn't too out there just because it is a bathroom. If I do ever decide to do my makeup in here, I didn't want something that's gonna make me like, I didn't want to go for a really bright green because if not I'm going to be like doing my makeup in colour theory and I feel like I'm going to look green. I think it's really pretty and again it makes it feel very cottagey and country. Next we have this alcove here which kind of became an accident. So the toilet, all the system is hidden behind this wall here. To make it all flat and in line, especially when we're doing the tiling, we did have to add this, but there was a bit of empty space here that I wanted to use. So at the moment I've got some towels here, some pretty dried flowers. I've also got a toothbrush holder. I didn't want to put that on my vanity and sink just because, I don't know what it is, but I feel like toothbrush holders can just look a bit ugly. This is actually a unique one that I ordered from Etsy. I just had to say what toothbrush I have. So my electric toothbrush will fit in these holes. It isn't currently here, but these are like my travel toothbrushes that I use because I don't like to bring electric toothbrushes with me when I go away, just because it's a bit heavier, so they will be used, but they look a little bit prettier. I've also hidden my toothpaste because toothpaste just doesn't look that pretty on show. And then I have this little box here that has toilet paper in. I do actually have a toilet paper holder, but I haven't put that in yet. That will probably go on the other side of the vanity unit or down here, just so it's hidden, like the toilet brush is hidden in this little gap or void here at the moment. This is actually this is a housewarming present from one of my friends, and I've already got something to put like my tea and my sugar in, which is what I assume this is supposed to be for. However, I have actually put cotton pads in here and I feel like it just looks very cute. I didn't want to get like a glass one just because I sometimes feel like glass stuff can look a bit messy. Saying that, I do just have a glass, you know, soap pump here. But I thought, you know what, it adds to the sort of country look. It definitely feels very farmhouse kitchen. So I thought, you know what, it's a little bit different. I'll add that there. On top of the sink, I have this beautiful marble, which I just fell in love with. I feel like the bathroom was the one thing, like when I went around the sort of showroom bathroom kind of thing, I was like, yeah, those tiles, that vanity sink unit, like it was, I felt like I knew exactly what I wanted. Also, this mirror here, there is a sensor on the other side if I shuffle around, and you can turn it on and off. And I thought, you know, when I'm doing my skincare, when I'm doing my makeup, having good lighting in a bathroom is a must. So I feel like that is very pretty. Also, I think I'm umming and ahhing having a square shaped mirror or a circle, but I feel like the circle really ties them together because there are a lot of sort of angular things, especially as we have a sloping roof. I've also added a little plant here, and also this soap dish is so cute. Again, I ordered this from like an independent small business on Etsy. Like my favorite thing is just going on Etsy and supporting little small businesses because they do the cutest stuff and it's often things that not other people have, so it feels very unique. I've got some room spray and then another little candle here, and then this unit actually has drawers, so I've got loads of space for storage. And then coming round, we have a towel rail. This was a must because actually this was a really tricky thing to find because of the door. It couldn't be too thick, and at the bath shop that I went to, they didn't have anything like this that didn't stick out loads because obviously the door has to be able to open. So this is heated. It heats up the towels, which is very nice, especially before a bath or a shower. Here we just have the door. I'm going to add my little bathrobe to the hook on here. I might have to get a new hook because this one's gone a little bit rusty. Before I forget, I thought I would show you my bin, just because, I don't know why, but this bin it just makes me very happy. Like, how cute is this? I feel like with the cottage, like things that don't need to be cute, I've tried to make cute. Like, who thought a bin could be cute? But there we go. Just pop that down there. Because it is quite a small space in here, I'm gonna have to like see it, and it's the first thing you kind of see when you walk in because that's the only space it can go. So you might as well have a cute bin.
if you're gonna have a bin on show. This is probably the only part of the bathroom that I can put photos or frames on, because most of the walls are slanted or have tiles on. So here we go. If you watched one of the previous episodes, you'll know that I bought a book from like a really old bookshop in the village, that I literally bought the book for what, like 50p? It was pence, and I cut out all the pretty flowers and framed them. So we have some forget-me-nots here, we have some foxgloves, some lavender, so we have some really, like, some of my favourite flowers. I feel like these were the prettiest ones, just because I feel like I'm going to be looking at these a lot if I'm, you know, sitting on the toilet or sitting in the bath. I have a nice little something to look at that's very pretty. Also with the panelling, if I do ever get sick of it, I don't think I will because I really like the colour, but you can easily paint the panelling, but you can't, you know, redo tiles very easily. So that's why I went for a safe colour for the tiles. Also, the floor I'll probably get a lot of questions on, and here's my little socks, there we go. This is a little cute pink bath mat, let me just flip it up so you can see. So this isn't actually proper wood. Proper wood wouldn't have been great in here just because, number one, it's a bathroom. If wood gets wet, it stains and we don't want it to get rotten. Number two, the floor was really uneven, so it would have been very difficult to have something that wasn't flexible down on the ground. And also number three, with the door, we couldn't have anything that was too thick, if not the door wouldn't open and close. So we went for this, and I think it looks really nice, especially with, you know, the bath mat down, all that kind of stuff. It does look like proper wood. I also think that the wood really ties the bathroom together and gives it, again, that country look. I feel like I keep saying that, but you can kind of see what sort of aesthetic I've gone for, and I think it looks really nice. So yeah, that is the floor. It's also very warm. I feel like tiles can sometimes be quite cold, and we don't have underfloor heating or anything like that, especially it's such a small room, and you know, the bath mat does take up most of the floor anyway. So it's nice that this is a very nice warm material too, which I'm very happy with. So that is the first room done. I'm so happy with it. Let me know what you think in the comments, and also let me know which part your favourite is. I don't know, there are so many bits that I just love. I just think the vanity and the light mirror, and it just looks very pretty. I'm happy. But also, won't be long until the next episode is out, because in that you'll get to see the roof being taken off, which is happening right now. I make some acid in my bath that I'll be using on some of the wood, and also there is a lot of painting, so my whole wardrobe, all the panelling in the bedroom, that's being done, and it looks very satisfying. So be sure to check that out when it's out. But anyway guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. If you're new or have not done so already, please like and subscribe, it really does help me out and I really do appreciate it. And I'll see you all next time. Bye! It's so pretty. It's so nice seeing everything come together and all the hard work paid off. It doesn't feel real. It doesn't feel like this is my bathroom, it just feels like I'm in a bathroom, you know? I can turn that off now.
Hello everybody, today I am moving house. Yes, I'm moving again. So what's basically happened is I got the keys to the cottage back in, I think it was end of October, beginning of November, and moved in, that was all fine. Realised the house needed quite a bit more work than expected. So over sort of December time, I've had loads of builders come in. There was one point where I had no toilet, so when that kind of happened, I thought, you know what, I'm gonna move back in with mum and dad again. Even though I was like, I think the worst for me was I was awake in the mornings, I was in my pyjamas, it was about 6:30, I was eating my breakfast, and then just builders would walk in, and I had no curtains, and I was living downstairs as well. So it kind of got to the stage where I was like, look, I'm just gonna, I hadn't really fully moved into the cottage, and we've got to the stage now where it's about over 50% done. Like, I've done quite a lot of decorating, the carpet's in now, the roof is back on, and the roof is now dry, it's warm, we've insulated it, so that is a lot better. But yeah, we're getting there. So today is an exciting day because I am moving back in. I don't actually have too much stuff. I need to probably go and buy some furniture. I might go thrifting, that could be fun. But anyway, I thought I would show you the cottage and show you how much has changed, because it's looking very different now. Here is the living room. It's looking very, very different to how it was when I first arrived. We have added a lot of character with the fireplace, which honestly, it looks like it's been there for years. So if I take you around, ignore these chairs, or these green chairs that are here. I'll talk a little bit more about them later, why they're here, but they're just chilling in the living room for now. This fireplace, like before, everything was just a plain blank white wall, so I painted everything sage green first, and that looked really nice, but I wanted to add a little bit more to it. So we went to the wood yard, picked out these pieces of wood that have oiled, and they just look beautiful. Like, look how much character is in this. It honestly looks like an old piece of wood that's been there for years. And then I thought, you know what, add even more character to it. I'll add some brick slips. Now at first I thought, you know what, I can do this myself. You know, I'm a capable girl. I can do some tiling. And then I realised that, you know what, a herringbone design might be quite nice, and I am very thankful that I did get a guy in to do these for me, because when he first arrived, he probably spent about 4 hours doing mathematical calculations, drawing out where every single brick slip would go, and then he did it. So yeah, he's done an incredible job. Like, even this bit that goes right down the centre, it's bang on, and it looks beautiful. It adds so much more character to the cottage, and I've added lots of little pretty bits down here as well. We've got some new stone here too, and again, I just love the colours. It's so pretty. And we've also added some new lights here as well. There were some old lights here. I think there was only one there for some reason. I think maybe the previous owners had like little storage units. They removed that so they could put that there, but I think these are beautiful. They're like a sort of brassy, goldy kind of colour, so a really nice warm light. So we moved those across a little bit just so then we could have this mantelpiece. But I do, as I said before, we're not 100% done yet. I need to do some replastering and covering those bits over, painting this sage green again because that is white. So yeah, there's still a little bit more decorating to do. The sofas now no longer have dust sheets on, so that's quite nice. So I can sit back down again, waiting for some curtains. So I feel like that will really transform the room as well. I've also got a very pretty light fixture as well, which I think was called Willow something. So it reminds me of, you know, my donkey Willow, and I just think it's really pretty. That's definitely like something that I went a little bit more extra for. And then if I head over here to the Snug, that's not looking as put together, but it still looks quite different. You can probably tell that this isn't the finished look that, you know, I'm going for with the cupboards behind here. Still need to paint them, put some doorknobs on, but once it's finished, it's gonna look really good. This room actually feels a lot bigger now and very different because this is where my bed used to be, back because we had carpet moth upstairs, so I didn't really want to bring any soft furnishings. So I was living downstairs for a while, which is quite fun. I felt like I was kind of in like a studio apartment, but this is going to be kind of where the TV goes. It's going to go on that back wall there. So it's going to be kind of more of like a TV room. Maybe put my like Nintendo Switch or something here as well. But yeah, so this sofa's here. Might change the cushions. This is literally one from my old bedroom. I don't know if this is gonna kind of go with the look, but it's just there for now to add a little bit of brightness, and just, it looks kind of cute. So yeah, the Snug, not much has changed. We've got a new light fitting. I need to get some light bulbs to go in that, but waiting for my curtain pole and my curtains again. That'll be really nice when they're up. But yeah, so far it just kind of seems like a plain blank white room. Like, I need to add some decorations, so the fun bit is yet to happen. I feel like this whole project I've done so much sort of renovation, making sure the house doesn't fall down, and we're finally at the stage where I can make everything pretty. Something else new is that we have lights up here. I really wanted these industrial style lamps to go above the dining table, because everything's very open plan. So over there we have the kitchen, over there we have the living room. I wanted to kind of have these lights here to make it seem like it's kind of own room or own section. And then behind me here we have my beautiful dining room table, which is one of a kind. Literally, like, I'm the only person that has a dining room table like this, because I went to my local wood yard, picked out a big bit of beech, I believe this is, it's beechwood, and look how gorgeous it is. I sent it to this guy who very kindly sanded it down, has oiled it, and it's looking absolutely gorgeous. It has little bits of resin in here that's black, but you can't even tell just where, you know, there are some splits and cracks in, and I just love how much character and what a story it has too. So something I need to do today is actually make this table into a table. At the moment, it's literally just a slab of beech. So Gonna put it up. We've got some legs for it. The legs are currently in the garage, so once I've done that, I can move my green dining room chairs around it so they're not in my living room anymore. So that's the job for today. Also, forgot to say, I only have 2 light bulbs for my lights, so I do need to buy another light bulb for this one. But if I take you around to the kitchen, it probably looks exactly the same in here, apart from it does look a little bit naked because all my kitchen appliances and little storage bits and bobs are gone. And that's because yesterday I sanded down all of the worktops, I re-varnished it. I do need to do an extra coat today. I've only done one so far and I think it definitely does need a second coat. But before I do that, I'm going to show you upstairs because that's changed quite a bit too. Welcome to the stairs. The panelling is now pink. This is Sanderson Light Rose, I believe. I am in love with the colour. It's so pretty. It's only got 1 coat on at the moment because the carpet man came a little bit earlier than expected. So we now have carpet on the stairs, we have carpet everywhere, and it's really sort of transformed everywhere pretty much because it feels like we've gone from construction site to an actual home, which feels really nice. Yeah, also another reason why I haven't done the second coat of the pink yet is because I've got a lot of furniture that I need to move upstairs, and I know that when I move my bed up here, I'm gonna dent it a little bit, I'm gonna chip bits off. I mean, there are some bits here where I moved one of the beds upstairs where, you know, we might have scratched a little piece or 2, but it's gonna look really good once it's done. Obviously this needs to be painted. As I said, we're not 100% of the way there yet, but we're getting closer. But no, I'm really happy with how it looks. And I think the pink just brightens it up a little bit more. It's not like a cold white hallway. I've added a bit of warmth to it, a bit of colour. I feel like it brightens it up. Welcome to the spare room. I actually still have my like winter cushions and throw on here because last time I kind of lived here or was staying here was in the winter, and it's now coming into spring, so I'll probably have to change these. But yeah, this is the spare room. The reason why my bed's here is because this is a slightly smaller bed. My actual bed that I am going to be sleeping in, is going to be in the master, is currently still at my parents' house, so I'm going to have to move that at some stage. This is my parents' because I don't actually have a bedside table at the moment, so I'm borrowing that. The only thing that's kind of like new and nice here is my little lamp, which is very pretty, so that'll probably go in the master bedroom just because I really like it, and it's kind of like a sagey green, which is going with a lot of the themes that I'm going for. This plant here is actually for the bathroom, because the downstairs bathroom, because that has no light, so I've got to have a fake plant, if not all my plants will die. So I've just added a few little cute bits here and there just to try and make it feel a little bit more homey. I can't wait until I can put like, well, I can do it, but once I've got the time to, putting loads of artwork up. I feel like that will really make the house feel like a home. But yeah, this is where I'm going to be sleeping for now. It's nice and comfy. I actually quite like it. I feel like I'm in like a bunk bed, but not a bunk bed. Feels very cozy, even though it's got like a slanted kind of wall. That's why I decided to go for white in most of the bedrooms, just because none of the walls are, well, none of the walls are straight, but also, you know, there's a lot of character within the walls. It's not just like a box. So I thought the white really made the nice beams stand out. This is actually the only room that I didn't have to have a lot of construction added to, so I'll show you the rest because that's looking a little bit different. This will be the office or the study, and we've got a little new beam here that you would have seen in the previous episodes that I've sanded, oxalic acided, and then oiled as well, and it's looking pretty good. At first I was really worried that a lot of these beams were going to look very Frankenstein-y, where it's kind of like I've added a new bit of wood in, but it means the house is structurally sound, so that's good. Obviously we have the original here, which is, I don't even think this is oak, I think this is like pine or something. It's a totally different wood. But anyway, this room was all pink before, it's now like a crisp white, so I have a bit more of a blank canvas. I feel like once I've moved more furniture in and pieces and artwork, I'll probably have a little bit more of an idea of what colour themes I want to go for, patterns, textures, that kind of thing. But also, I thought I'd talk about the doors, because the doors do look very different. This had frosted glass in before, so we've taken that out, put some new wood in. I've sanded all these doors down. I haven't sanded them too much because I still want them to look quite rustic, that kind of shabby chic look, because these are the original doors. I've oiled them down so it's kind of a little bit more all like the same colour. It's just added a little bit more. The The doors just look a little bit more rich now. Then we've also re-spray painted these handles, which had like nicks on or bits of old paint and that kind of thing. So they look brand new now, which looks really nice and just again makes the doors look a little bit more put together. But no, really happy with how they're looking. And then now it's time for the master bedroom. Now, I hope these rooms don't seem too boring for this little mini tour because there is literally nothing in here. But the things that are different are we've added this paneling. Also, I haven't really talked much about the carpet. It's this really soft carpet. It's kind of like a, it probably on the camera looks quite grey. Like depending on the light, it does look quite grey. I'd say it's kind of like a taupey beigey kind of colour, but more cool toned. And it goes really well with the colour that I've chosen here. Like it's almost the exact same colour, especially there's a little door there that looks like it's a cupboard, but it actually goes to the boiler, and it's almost the exact same colour that we've painted that too. Then we have this oak archway that I've put in, and I love it. I think it's so pretty just to open this space up. So we've kind of made the two rooms into one, but could very easily, you know, board this back up one day if I wanted to make it back into the two single rooms again. And this is going to sort of be my dressing room. We've taken all the doors off because the job that I also need to do soon is paint all the insides of here. I need to put some new sort of clothing rails in there too. So it's looking a little bit messy. Obviously I need to paint these shelves that we've put in too. Once they're all white, I can just imagine putting like bags or shoes in there and it all being organised. Like, that's one of the things I'm most excited for that I haven't been able to do yet since I've lived here, is organise like my closet or put all my clothes in like a wardrobe and just have everything organised. So I'm really looking forward to that. The colour again that I've gone for throughout this kind of whole room is rolling fog, which is the same as the panelling that I added, and the little door to my boiler as well, which I think is a very nice neutral colour, especially for like outfit photos and things. I didn't want something too colourful or out there, just for, you know, contrasting colours. I was thinking like a nice green or a nice pink would be cute, but if I had a blue like top on, then it might clash. So I went for something very subtle and neutral, and I think it's going to look so good when it's done. But yeah, I think the next thing I need to do is probably go back downstairs and get cracking with the countertop, because I want to be able to put my appliances on there, hopefully maybe this evening or even tomorrow morning, just so I can actually make breakfast and things and have a functioning kitchen. So I might have to get changed out of my nice clothes as well into my painting gear, which I have worn a lot throughout this series. Welcome to my kitchen haul. I have a tub that used to have tomatoes on, which I'm using as where I'm putting the oil. So before, on this countertop, it was varnish, sanded that off, and now I'm oiling it instead. So this is the oil that I'm using. I've got back on my handy dandy painting top, and I have a brush. Very, very simple, very, very easy. Time to pour it in and get started. Now, this is quite satisfying. I've got to say, it was probably a little bit more satisfying when I did the first coat after it had been sanded, but it looks good. You can see it come to life. Alright, that's all done. It does look very shiny right now and very wet, but it will dry up and look a little bit more matte. Also, something I haven't shown you is the lights that the electrician has added under the cupboards, which just feel, it makes the kitchen feel a little bit more special, a little bit more fancy, especially when I have, like, you know, my appliances and bits and bobs under here too, when I make it all pretty again. But I did turn that light on, which was very useful actually when I was oiling the work surface, because I could actually see a little bit more what I was doing. So there we go. We're now in the hallway. This wall here, or this sort of panelling, I have done quite a lot of prep work on. As you can see, there's bits where I've filled in and then sanded it down. So we're now at the stage where it's time to paint this. This wasn't high up on the priority list when we were trying to get everything done in time for the carpet. So that's why this hasn't been painted really like at all, but the others have. You can also see here I've filled in some bits. So it's looking a little bit more like put together. So once it's painted, I painted this wall, so that's fine. And once I put some, you know, artwork up here, I feel like it's really going to transform this hallway and really feel like a home.
You can make plans, but they'll change on a dime. So pour me one more glass of dandelion wine.
another reminder to never use a screwdriver to mix up your paint. Definitely not what I'm doing.
Preachers and dreamers, they both believe in the patterns and powers that we can't quite see.
It's a new day and here are my table legs. So these are made by a local welder, and I've also had it powder coated as well in matte black. So while it's here, it's actually upside down at the moment, so this will be the side that, you know, touches the floor. I actually have some little stickers that I'm going to add so it doesn't scratch the ground, or like, you know, the wooden flooring that I have here. But yeah, today hopefully my table will be assembled. We might need a bit of manpower. I've got my mum and I've got my brother coming over, and between them, me and my dad, hopefully we can try and get this upright because this table is very heavy. The table legs are now together, we've bolted them up, and my mum has literally just walked through the door. Time for some team help to get this on top. So here we have it, the dining room table is now complete. It's so nice to have all the chairs around it as well, not just have the chairs, you know, hanging around in the living room. I have actually been living in here for the last 2 nights now, so it's nice to have an actual place I can, you know, eat my dinner, eat my breakfast. This morning I actually had breakfast in bed, so there we go. I mean, I did go downstairs, make it, and then come back up again. But my bed's upstairs now, so that's really good too. Put some pretty bits, I've got some candles, I've got some daffodils, I've got the overhead lights as well that are now complete. So it's all really sort of come together. You know, this is such a beautiful table, and hopefully it outlasts me, and maybe my children or even my grandchildren could pass this table down. And it's got a lot of history, it's very local, as I said before, it's made very local to where I am, and oh my goodness, it's beautiful. And I think at first I was worried the green chairs were going to be a little bit too much, like a little bit too green, especially with the green wall, but with it all together, with the sort of texture and the wood, I think it looks really pretty. I'm excited to have like a little dinner party, you know, put some placemats down, all the cutlery, it's gonna look very fancy. I've been so used to living on like garden furniture since, what, October, so this feels like such a luxury. So nice. Welcome back to the kitchen. As you can see, it's looking very naked at the moment because nothing is on the work surfaces. I know that's sometimes some people's style, like they like to have like, you know, some people have like an appliance garage. I think that's really cool where there's like a little, just zip it up and then bam, you've got your kettle, you've got your toaster. I don't have the space for that, and I also like to have my house to feel a little bit like someone's living in it. So now's the really exciting part because I've done all the painting in here, done all the sanding and oiling of the work surfaces so I can get everything out and make it pretty again.
Hungry for the road all my life, thirsty for adventure all my youth, chasing all my freedoms down Liberty Avenue. And every time I hear a phrase my mother used to say to me, everything happens for a reason, I get the feeling I need a little taste of home, 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 just a little taste of home. I need a little taste of home, home, home. I need a little taste of home. Nothing like kitchen conversation, steam coming up off the stove, photographs down the staircase showing our stories unfold. And every time I hear a song my father used to sing to me, sweet words of an Irish lullaby, I get the feeling I need.
Here is the kitchen with everything in. It really does feel like a home now, especially having all my little
pretty bits and things. Also, one of the things that I did when I was moving in, I was very lucky that when I was buying things, I tried to make them be pretty, so if they did have to be on display, I wouldn't mind as much. So yeah, I need to buy some fruit to put in my fruit bowl. It looks very empty right now. Do need to do like a full-on shopping list because obviously I haven't been living here for a while. My fridge is kind of empty at the moment. But yeah, this is pretty much almost finished. I need to put some artwork up to make it a little bit more pretty because there are some bare walls behind me here and also some blinds that I'm waiting on too. Once they're added, they're like a pretty floral, well not floral actually, berry, like a berry kind of hedge pattern, which is very pretty. But yeah, I'm very, very happy. It's all coming together now. It's all coming together. Eek. It's a new day and I thought it would be a great opportunity to start making the house a little bit prettier, put some picture frames up, kind of make it my own. So first off, I have these picture frames. I actually bought these ages ago, like when I first kind of moved in, because I really loved the sort of sage green colour of the picture frames, and that kind of inspired me to do my green wall. I actually not colour matched them, but when I did all my paint samples, I actually found a paint sample that was really similar to this. So pretty sure it's Sanderson Sage Grey. And then what I actually bought loads of like cute little flower books from a local bookshop, and they do like vintage / old books, and these have some really pretty pictures of like flowers and things in that I've cut out. So I'm going to be putting them in the picture frames. Now this book was very cheap. It was literally what, 50 pence. So, you know, it wasn't breaking the bank, and to get some really pretty artwork, so I feel like I'm on Blue Peter. Here are some ones that I've done earlier. So I'm just gonna pop this one in at the moment. There's some really pretty primroses. So I'm just gonna take my little frame apart. I have already kind of taken it apart, but I'm just gonna pop this out. Oh, please don't get caught or rip. I mean, that's not the important bit, this is. And then put it in. Because I've had to like kind of cut them to size, I kind of have to move them around a bit because to make sure that they fit in and look good. So I'm happy with that. Then I'm going to pop the back on, and then it'll be time to hang them up on the walls. I feel like it's going to be not the easiest task to hang them up on the walls because I kind of want to have them in like a little four together in quite a lot of different places, and making sure that they're all level is going to be tricky, because if one of them's crooked or one of them's a little bit higher up than the other, then I'm going to be sitting there not looking at my pretty pictures. I'm going to be sitting there thinking that's not how it should be, that's not right, you know, it's going to annoy me. So better make sure that I do that properly. Okay, it's always a tricky bit getting these little tabby bits down. There we go, we're all in, we're all good. And there we go. Look how pretty it is. And then, you can imagine, loads together. It's gonna look so good. So these are the four that I think look really good together, but I just need to make sure that they're in the right place. Like, I don't know if I want to swap those over or those over, but I feel like that's quite nice actually. How it is, however, that kind of bends in, so maybe I'll put the hemlock down there. Does that look better? I feel like that kind of bends in then, it's not bending outwards. Maybe that's just me. Yeah, and I feel like, yeah, that's nice. I'm happy with that. So I've got two up already, and I'm really happy with how they're looking. I would say they're pretty level too. Also, I'm gonna have to be a bit careful with this cupboard door to not, you know, swing around and bash it. But to be fair, when I do go in this cupboard, normally it's just, I open it like that anyway and just grab something and then put it back. That's like my drinks cupboard, if you couldn't tell. And then, yeah, I might need to get like a little step stool, or I might need to, I'm probably just gonna climb up on here actually. It's probably not very sanitary, me with outside clothes on the work surface, but there we go. It's gonna look good. Thought I would tell you how I'm actually putting these picture frames up, because it's a little bit different. Now I was gonna sort of put a nail in the wall, that kind of thing, but the plaster is really old and a bit crumbly, so that wasn't really working too well. So I actually ordered these like picture hanging strips online. Not an ad, just thought I would, you know, tell you guys about it, because these are really light picture frames, and so far the two have stuck on. They're staying up, so fingers crossed the rest do too. So yeah, they just had these like little sticky bits on the back that I put on, and then there's the fluffy bit, which is, I'm gonna have to get some fluffy ones out. Bit like Velcro basically, and then they kind of just stick together
And there you go. It's actually really strong. So fingers crossed, yeah, it keeps them up, because I don't want to be, you know, in the middle of the night, my picture frame's hanging down and scaring the living daylights out of me, because that would not be good. All right, final one. Is it gonna go in the right place? Ooh. Moment of truth, okay. That's level, that's level, that's level. So out there looks good. Then squeeze it on. I'll be here just a little while, just making sure it stays. It's always so nerve-wracking taking your fingers away, because I'm worried it's just gonna fall down and break. Because that might have happened previously when I used the nails. You can see there I've glued that one together not too well. There we go, my pictures are now up. Just a little something. Please do not compare it to, I was gonna say, any of the straight lines in my house, like the wall here. Basically, something I found out in the last few months is that my house isn't very straight. Like wherever you go, everything's like just a little bit wonky, but that's fine. I mean, like even like I felt like my bathroom floor, my little vanity thing, it was really difficult, like because we were like, do we make it so it's like actually straight, or do we just line it with the floor, because it does like dip down a little bit. But you know what, it's got character. I love my cottage very much. I love it's different quirks and things that aren't quite right. Maybe not so much when the roof was falling down, but apart from that, it's all been very good. I'm really happy with how the kitchen's looking. You might see I went to the garden centre recently. I've got lots of plants that I've added to all the windowsills. I feel like plants just really add something to a house. It makes it kind of feel alive. So yeah, it won't be long until my blinds are ready, and then pretty much that will be the kitchen complete. So I think I'm going to finish off today's video here, since we have done a lot. Obviously there's still a lot more to do. I need to redo my whole like dressing area. I need to get a dressing table. I need to put loads of clothes in my wardrobes. I need to bring my other bed up into the master bedroom, or my bedroom. So yeah, there's still a lot to do. I am actually going to do some vlogging this week, so the vlogs will be back soon, so that's really exciting, where I'm going to go thrifting as well, get some second-hand furniture, so that'll be really good fun, so look out for that. But anyway, thank you so much for watching today's video. If you're new or have not done so already, please like and subscribe. It really does help me out, and I really do appreciate it. And I'll see you next time. Bye!
Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of my cottage renovation series. I cannot tell you how good it feels to say that, because it has been a hot minute. It has been a while since I last did an episode. I feel like it's almost been so long that you could probably call this new kind of thing season 2. Like season 1 was all me, you know, making sure the cottage didn't fall down, making sure it was structurally sound, having the roof redone, all that kind of jazz. And I feel like we've now got to the stage where I finished doing like the summer shows over the summer. I'm back home for a little bit more, which is lovely. So I am now ready to go into full decorating mode on the cottage. So we're going to be doing all the pretty bits. I'm going to be putting up pictures, a few more painting left to do. I know, still haven't done my cupboard yet. I even had people at my meet and greets be like, Esme, you need to paint your cupboard, so don't worry, that is coming very, very soon. But first, I thought I would show you the new area in the house, which looks very different when you last saw it. So welcome to the Snug. So this whole wall you haven't seen yet, and it's probably one of my favourite parts that I've kind of put in more recently. My amazing boyfriend has very kindly put this TV up, and I was going to say in. Basically, it's one of the frame TVs that I bought in the Black Friday sale last Black Friday, so it's been a while, but hopefully it shows up well on the camera. But it's supposed to look like a painting when you're just kind of chilling. So this kind of snug area is kind of like the TV area. It's more for watching telly rather than, you know, chilling and chatting. That's kind of near the fireplace. I've also put in this lovely sideboard. Now I was going to put a TV stand in there, and I thought that's going to really make the TV seem like a TV, so I went for a sideboard. I am so glad my measuring skills were up to scratch, because when this first arrived and it was in like a big cardboard box, I was thinking, oh no, it's going to be too high. It's going to be like up here and be, you know, you're not going to be able to see the TV. It's going to be in the way, but it fits perfectly. I've also added some little cute bits. I've got some eucalyptus, not real, but there we go. And then I've also got this little horsey, just to add a bit of equestrianism into the cottage. I feel like my cottage really isn't very horsey at all. Maybe I need to add like a few little Easter eggs, like a horseshoe here or there or somewhere like that. And then I just have a lamp, which is actually my mum's, that was down here when this area used to be where I used to sleep, because I couldn't sleep upstairs because of the carpet moths. So there we go. This is where my bed used to be, just to put it into perspective of where everything used to be. So I probably do need to give that lamp back to my mum soon. But yeah, I do need to order a lamp, because I think a lamp there just makes it seem so much less like there's a TV there. And welcome to my sofa. I mean, this is the same sofa that was here before, but I have kind of changed my colour theme a little bit. Basically, the rug I had before was like a pastel-y pink, and I feel like for my dark wood floors, it just ended up being too light. It just really didn't go well. So anyway, that's in my office now, and it works perfectly with the lighter wood floors in there. So I ordered a new rug, and it's this sort of olive green colour, and I've kind of gone for an olivey green theme, just because everywhere else is more of a sage green, and I wanted it to still have green, so the whole room kind of ties together. I've definitely got a bit of a colour palette going on with kind of beiges, greens, and like a pop of red here and there. Instead of a pop of red, I've gone for a pop of like baby pink. So I still have the baby pink in there, but it's more of a like a beigey baby pink. That is a mouthful. Anyway, you can probably see behind me that I have the cupboards that I still need to paint, so do not worry. That is happening soon, I promise. I might actually today take the cupboard doors off and like prep them and get them all ready. But anyway, I've been loving this little area here where I can sort of sit, watch TV, and also having the it just looks like everything's coming together. Before, this area was a little bit like naked. I don't know how else to describe it. It just wasn't very decorated. It was very plain. I mean, it still is probably the plainest area, because there isn't like a load of patterns. Like my curtains have got a bit of a pattern on, like my cushions have a bit of a pattern, but it's nothing too wild over here. It's very calm vibes. Well, I'm trying to like, should I try and slide in like a my socks aren't slippy enough to do that anyway. So here is my painting. This is very kindly given to me by Art by Rajan and Seth, who created this masterpiece. It's called Orca, and I feel like everyone that comes into my cottage or comes into the house, they always like look at it because it's the kind of first thing that you see when you walk through the hallway and walk through the door, and everyone always has a different opinion of what they think it looks like. Obviously it's a bit more of an abstract art piece. So when I was talking to Rajan, he said that he called it Orca because he kind of sees that as the eye, and then that's the body of the kind of orca / whale, and then these are the I was gonna say flippers, is that the right word? Fins? Whale arms. and then that's the back kind of like coming out of the water. And then I've had quite a few people say that I think at first when I first saw it, I thought it looked like a giraffe. Like that's the nostril of the giraffe, that's kind of its nose, and then up here is its eye, and then that's like like a giraffe horn. I feel like giraffes have little horns, don't they? And then the neck. And then a lot of people also say that it looks a bit like a horse as well, like that's the nose, or maybe like a horse skull. So let me know in the comments what you think it looks like. I think this is absolutely beautiful. I love all the colours in it, and I think especially as this is a big wall and it was very sage green, and I think having this, which has more neutral tones and colours in, just calms down the green a little bit, because there's a lot of green going on. Like we have the very dark green chairs as well, so everything kind of seems a bit more earthy and brown, not brown, beigey kind of, you know what I mean. It all comes together very nicely. So yeah, that is my new artwork. I still need to paint around the kind of bits where you can kind of see needs doing. There's a few bits that need extra coats, but I just wanted to get it up. It had been in bubble wrap for so long, and we've got a light above it as well, just to light it up, to really kind of show it off. But yeah, very happy with how it looks. And also for scale, it is very big. It is very large. So yeah, it does take up a good bit of wall space. We actually had bits of tape on this wall for ages, so when we installed the light we would know exactly where the painting was going to go. So for a while this wall had holes in and just bits of yellow tape on, so it's looking a lot prettier now, that is safe to say. But you might be thinking, Esme, everything's really coming together in the cottage, and I feel like downstairs, apart from the cupboards that need painting, is almost 100% done. Like I'm really happy with how it's going, but outside in the garden, oh, we have a big project coming, so let me show you. But wait, I've just realised that, looking at it, I feel like it looks a little bit like Duke, or maybe like a bull, Like these are the ears coming out like this dark area here, and that's his little face, and then maybe that's his eye. I don't know, let me know what you think. I feel like that could almost be Duke, or a bull, because those are like kind of like horns, or it could be Duke's ears when he kind of gets confused and goes, Wah. Anyway, to the garden. It's probably safe to say that my garden has been a little bit neglected this summer. I mean, we currently have a weed almost as tall as myself on the patio here. Now, I knew for a while that I wanted to redo the patio just because, like, when my grandma comes here, it's a bit of a hazard. Like my grandparents that live next door to my parents, they very kindly come and do a bit of gardening for me, and that it's just so uneven basically. I didn't know this at all. I've had so many builders and things come and look at the house, but actually my friend's dad, who's going to do the patio, he was saying how he thinks this like raised bit, which I've always thought was a bit strange how this bit was a bit higher, they think that this used to be a fish pond and then they filled it in, and that's why it's kind of so wonky, as over time it's kind of sunk in. So that's why we've got this raised bit here, and also why I haven't done any weeding, because I knew that the patio was going to get redone. But number one, patios are expensive, and having all that, you know, having all the roof done and all that kind of stuff, I've had to save up for a patio. And then also, yeah, this summer I've been so busy working at shows and all that kind of stuff, so the garden hasn't been of much use. Hopefully next summer I will actually use it a little bit more. But I've done a bit of gardening, we've got a bit of a veggie patch at the moment, so that's very cute. And also if I take you down here, I will kind of try and show you the best I can the plans that I have for the patio, because it's going to look totally different. Like we have blue spray paint on the floor of where it's hopefully going to be. So for this next bit, you're going to have to use your imagination, although I do have some plans that I can hopefully pop up on screen, so you'll be able to tell a little bit more what's happening. But anyway, along this kind of spray painted line here is going to be the kind of patio extension. So what I'm doing is I'm basically moving the patio back a little bit, and then I'm going to put some more shrubbery bushes up here. So this is where the kind of, it's going to be a circle actually, so this is where the end of the circle, then it kind of goes through here, but obviously haven't spray painted the old tables or the cafe that we have over there. But this bit here, I'm going to put some flower beds in and have a little, like, just make this area like a little bit more cozy, especially for next to the patio. And then we're going to have a second patio, which is going to go over here. And this is where the old pond was. So this area here will also be added flower beds. And then the kind of circle kind of goes around like this, and we've kind of put two lines here, so that will hopefully be where the seat is. So if you can imagine, I'm going to be sitting down here. We might even like dig it in a little bit so it feels a little bit more private, so I'm kind of even lower, so because there is quite a bit of a tilt in the ground, so I'll probably be more like here, sitting down with a little, maybe like a fire pit or a round table. Might get a little pergola above. This is going into like the nitty-gritty details now, like going in there, but hopefully there will be a nice patio here at some stage and not a trip hazard or full of weeds. So there we go, that is a little update on the cottage that you guys have been asking for a while. Hopefully in the next episode I will finally get the cupboard sorted, get that done. But they're my plans for the cottage so far. I really hope you enjoyed today's episode. Also, I know that you guys always comment on my nail colour. It's not black, it probably does look black on the camera. It's actually like a, I think it's called like dark cherry. It's kind of like a burgundy colour. It matches my jacket that I'm wearing tomorrow at Burley. But anyway, yeah, I really hope you enjoyed today's episode. Let me know in the comments which bits you want to see next, or if you have any ideas for the garden or the cottage, then let me know. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye! Hello everybody and welcome to my much awaited bedroom tour. I'm also going to be giving you a bit of a dressing room tour as well. But before we get into that, I thought I would let you know that the last couple of weeks my bedroom has had no dressing tables. I actually thrifted some, and recently I've actually done them up. So before we get into the bedroom tour, I thought I would show you what I've been up to. Currently at my parents' at their kind of like workshop, work shed kind of thing, where these two bedside tables have been sitting in the shed since spring. It's now autumn, so I've had a whole summer of me being like, I need to get these bedside tables done. Finally, the time is here. It's time to get round to renovating them. This is the before, if you couldn't tell already. I got them second hand, really cheap, so and they might even be third hand, you never know with these things, but you can tell they're pretty old. They need some love. There's some areas here, like this bit needs gluing back on. We've got some missing like knobs, so I'm gonna take those off actually, because I'm gonna do some sanding first. I might, because there are some missing ones, just buy some new ones, which is kind of sad because they are quite pretty, but do you know what these give me the same sort of feeling as? I feel like they would have in like a past life belonged to a princess or belonged to someone like in Paris. I don't know, that's just what it makes me feel like. Also, I know these probably won't be everyone's cup of tea. I feel like people will either, it'll be like a bit Marmite, people either look at them and be like, oh my gosh, I see your vision, I absolutely love it, or they'll be like, Esme, why have you bought this crusty old second-hand furniture? But anyway, we're all about saving money and being eco-friendly on the channel, so I'm gonna take these knobs off now, and hopefully with a bit of a sand, a bit of a scrub with some water, these are gonna be looking a lot better. So we have a bit of a problem. The workbench is currently in use, so I'm gonna make my own little DIY version that I can use outside for the sanding, which when you think about it, is probably a little bit better because when I'm outside, I'm not breathing in all the dust, so let's see if this works. One plank, two plank, and then now I need to make sure that they're actually in the middle so it works. They're both not the same length, but I think that's gonna do. All right, this actually isn't as heavy as I thought. Ooh. There we go. It's on. I'm gonna do one at a time, just in case this isn't as strong as I think it is. The sanding is now complete, and now it's time to get into all of these little nooks and crannies on the roses here. And I'm actually going to be using some dish soap with a toothbrush. Oh no, I spilled loads on the floor. Very clumsy. But anyway, I'm just going to try and be as gentle as possible because I don't want to destroy any of the flowers on here. I think actually it's the little ribbon over here that's a little bit on the fragile side, but I think this is going to make the world of difference. Alrighty, we have now sanded it, they've now been washed. One thing I do have to think about though, all these little nooks and crannies are going to be a bit of a pain when it comes to dusting later on down the line, but they are so pretty, I think it's worth it. Also, once I've sprayed them, there are some bits where the paint's just worn off so it looks like it's dirty, when actually that's just the brown of the stuff underneath. But anyway, I need to think about spraying these next because painting with a paintbrush I feel like is not going to be the one. I also need to pick what colour. I think I might just go for the plain white. Like, that is boring, but it's got the prettiness. Now, on the top of this particular bedside table, there are some holes, there are some gouges. I don't know what the previous owners were doing, but on the top of here, the other one's completely fine. It was just this side. Anyway, this one has quite a lot of like holes and cracks and things. So I've got some wood filler here, and I'm just going to very gently fill in these bits here. Oh yeah. Same chest of drawers, again, don't know what the previous owners were doing, but this one got way more abuse. You can see here that the moulding on the ribbon is just sticking out a little bit, so I'm going to be using some super glue, and then I'm just going to like tape it over the top, so hopefully that fixes the problem. Alright, so I'm going to be back in half an hour once that has dried, I've given it a sand, and then it will be spraying time, which I feel like is going to be the most satisfying part. We finally got to the stage in the Cottage renovation series where I'm not using a screwdriver, I'm finally using a proper paint stirrer, but I'm going to have to make sure this is right at the bottom because I am notorious in my family for being the messy, clumsy person, and I don't want to get paint all over me, so let's give it a go. I have now finished spraying. I mean, I probably do need to do another coat, but I don't want it to look too perfect because it is secondhand, it is a little bit older. I feel like you could just like buy something perfectly brand new. Like, I like that it's got a little bit of kind of shabby chic going on. I've just kind of sanded it so it's not as lumpy, and an extra paint kind of coat, so it doesn't look as kind of dirty and brown. Like, it looks so clean. I've ordered some new like little knobs to go on them, or handles, so they are arriving tomorrow. So fingers crossed, tomorrow these should be ready to go in my bedroom. Here they are, they're finished, coming up the stairs. Oh, okay, please don't fall over, Esme. There we go. Ooh, could have died then. So here is the finished result. Of course, still need to put the handles on. However, I was super sneaky. When I was online shopping for some handles, I have managed to find the exact same ones. So I don't know if somebody had done these up before and like put these ones on. But there we go, I found the same ones because I was looking online and I couldn't find any that I liked more than the ones that they already came with. Obviously there were a few missing, a few broken, so I'm really happy with that. So anyway, I'm going to pop these on, then it's time to put them in place and organise my drawers. So I thought I would show you my current dressing table setup because it looks so ugly right now. The only cute thing that I have here is my lamp. I have a glass of water that I haven't put in the dishwasher yet, so that needs to go. I have my phone, I have a book. I always feel scared of showing my books online because a lot of the time I haven't read them before, so if they're dodgy, I apologise. I haven't read that one yet, but a lot of people online recommended it. I have some hair ties because I like to have my hair like in a side ponytail or little bunchies when I'm asleep. I have some lip balm. This is a man's one for some reason. I don't know why. It was just the one I could find. I feel like you can never find lip balm. I also have, this looks really dodgy. If you're wondering what this is, it's actually a pen for your nails, like a nail oil pen, because I get really dry cuticles. So before I go to bed, I try and basically, if I, have something by my bed, I'm more likely to do it. If not, I just too lazy to get out of bed. Oh, I thought I would show you my rabbit. This is my childhood rabbit that I've literally had since I was a baby. If you couldn't tell, she's got some stuffing distribution issues. She's a little bit empty at the top. It's very well loved and well worn. I actually found her when I was unpacking my stuff the other day. I was doing a bit of a tidy up. So yeah, there we go. She's there. I've got my little jelly cat cuddly toy as well. I got my remotes, which all of this stuff would normally be in like a chest of drawers, like bedside table, like in the drawer, so you can't see it, you know, hanging about. But at the moment it looks really messy. This also looks a bit suspect. I have some moisturiser because I am a very dry person. Like, I just have, this is not sounding better, I just get really dry legs, like dry hands, like in the winter. Like, I am a dry skin person. So again, if it's by my bed, and also because it's a pump, I'm more likely to remember to put it on. I feel like, also I have this one which just smells really nice. This is a Jo Malone one. And this is what I'll put on like if I'm going out and I want to like smell nice. Like, this is so scented, you could probably put this on like almost as perfume, but also has that moisturisation. I have a little Jo Malone candle as well. I haven't actually lit yet. Oh, it's a bit dusty as well. Need to do some cleaning. I have a box tissues, self-explanatory. I have a fake plant, just because I feel like a real plant by my bed feels a bit weird. Like, some plants I feel like you shouldn't have in your bedroom in case you breathe in like their gases and stuff. I don't know if that's a thing or if it's like a myth, but I have a fake plant. The rest of my plants are real. I'm a real plant kind of gal. And then there we go. I've almost pretty much emptied my oh gosh, you can tell I'm very sorry about how dirty my table is. Normally I'm a very clean person, but I feel like it's just had so much stuff on it. All right, I'm ready to move this table out of the way. You are done. You are gone. Beep, 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 beep. Ah! Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Alrighty, this is what it's looking like at the moment. I feel like I've done lots of toing and throwing of either side, trying to decide where it looks best, but I think in the centre is good. I could move my bed over, but I quite like that there's a bit of space here for me to walk into my dressing room and everything. But yeah, it's looking good. Oh wait, where are the... Oh, it's on.
One thing that I know will really annoy some people is that I feel like where the screws are, they're not quite straight. But you know what? No, my house isn't that straight either. You know, it's a bit of character. It's a little bit different. One of a kind. There we go. These are going on a lot easier than I was expecting. Oh my goodness. It is looking so good. I feel like it just makes everywhere seem so much more even. Having the 2 lamps on either side, the 2 bedside tables. It's looking so good. If it looks more like a hotel room, if I do say so myself, even though I feel like a hotel room probably wouldn't have this sort of autumnal bedspread on, but I love it. Also, I have my little cow painting as well, of cows by the river, and I just thought that was so cute. Also, almost all of my artwork is either stuff that I've like thrifted or also stuff that I found like on Etsy for really affordable prices that is like one of a kind. Like this is a proper like oil painting. I feel bad that I just touched it then, but like original, all that kind of stuff, which is very cool. So I would recommend having a little look on there if you're looking for artwork. But anyway, yeah, I thought I would do a little bit of a room tour and show you guys around what it's finally looking like. I was going to say now it's done. I feel like whenever you're doing any sort of renovation project, that kind of thing, things are never done because there's always things that you want to do, things you want to add, but I thought I would show you how it's looking like now. Alrighty, before we enter in, the first thing that I'd talk about that's very different are the doors. I will actually leave a link at the end of this video to the playlist of the Cottage renovation series, so if you're new to the channel and want to see the progress that we've made and all the other videos of what I've been up to with the cottage, you can go and watch that. But if you have been watching the series, no spoilers, don't worry, it's fine. There's been a lot. But anyway, you will know that this door had frosted glass, which was just a bit nasty. It was giving grandma. It wasn't sort of what I was going for. So we put like new wood in and hopefully it kind of blends quite well, you could say. With the door, we've repainted the handles. But anyway, come in. Alrighty, if you walk on in, I'm just going to shut this door so you cannot see the chaos that is behind. This is the tidy room. Let's look at this one. So anyway, we have my chest of drawers on a TV. If anything actually in this room doesn't look quite straight, that's because the house is a little bit wonky. It's got character, it's fine. I have some dried flowers in an old vase, got my little jelly cat, chest of drawers, as I said before. This actually is a washing basket and it's very useful because it has 3 different sections, so you can, you know, section out your laundry. I feel like this wall is a little bit plain. I feel like maybe some wallpaper or something on this would really give it a bit more pizzazz, or maybe some pictures. Let me know what you think, or maybe just like a feature colour, like maybe like a baby pink could be cute, but let me know. I just feel like this wall is a bit boring. I know normally I face it because that's the way I face it in bed and watch TV and everything, but I don't know, I feel like it just needs a little something. Also, I had to get my electrician to put a plug here because before I had to use an extension lead for my TV, which went like basically across the room, so thank you very much to my electrician. A little bit boring, I actually have a little cupboard here which I painted, and that actually goes to my boiler, so if you ever wonder where my boiler is, it does mean that this room is quite warm, which is good. And then if we come on over, of course, we have the bed that you guys have already seen. And also, I've just realised once I've stood back, this bedside table looks very wonky. I promise you that this is all straight. It's just the floors that are wonky, making this wonky. But anyway, it looks so much better with the lamp and everything. I also have this really old, like, seagrass basket that I've literally had since I was a baby. I think actually it maybe even was my parents' before it was mine. It's got a little bit of a hole in. It's a little bit worse for wear. This, I just have, like, all my hoodies and, like, snuggly bedtime pajamas, that kind of stuff, dressing gowns. So I feel like I need to get like a new like little storage solution for that. So let me know if you have any ideas. Maybe like a little storage trunk, just because I feel like if I had a chest of drawers there, I wouldn't be able to open the drawers because of the bedside table. So maybe like a little wooden box kind of thing. Anyway, moving on over. Whee! Okay, then if we come on through, so before, this was actually a completely separate, 2 separate rooms. So we actually put this sort of lovely oak framing in and made a hole in the wall because I felt like even though it's like a nice big room for a bedroom and, you know, a double bed can fit in there very nicely, I wanted it to be a little bit more open plan. Also, it's a north facing room, there's only 1 window and it can get quite dark
Ignore the curtains, they're temporary curtains for now so my neighbours don't see me naked. But anyway, this is the dressing room. You will probably know that these wardrobes I actually redid, so we painted them, we made it so they're a little bit more raised because before they would drag along the carpet a little bit. New carpet as well because before the house had carpet moths, so I had to live downstairs for a while because I couldn't bring any soft furnishings up here because I didn't want them to get contaminated by the infestation of moths. Anyway, so this is my wardrobe. I feel like it's actually not too bad on the way of like tidiness. So all of my like horsey clothes I don't actually keep here. I keep them in my old bedroom slash the office slash the loft. So here I have basically my non-horsey clothes, if you want to know what my wardrobe's like. So I have like t-shirts, shirts, and then like long sleeve tops. I'm definitely like a long sleeve top kind of gal. I love a good long sleeve top. Then here I have some jumpers, I have some jeans, trousers, that kind of thing. So yeah, and also I'm really bad. Whenever I have a spare hanger, I just like kind of chuck it under here. So I need to probably find a better place to put spare hangers. And then in this one here, it's a little bit more on the messy side. That's because basically I have all my dresses that hang down, and the other day that pole fell down in the middle of the night, scared me, the living daylights out of me, and then I have like blazers and jackets and that kind of thing down here, and like some more jumpers and stuff, but it just looks a bit messy. I need to reorganise that, but at least the pole is back up, it's not fallen down. This wardrobe is probably my favourite, and that's because it's got all of my like handbags and shoes in, or not all of them, you'll see in a sec. I've got another shoe collection. Some of these shoes I probably need to sell because I feel like I've kind of outgrown them, as in like I've gone from a teenager to in my 20s, and I feel like there are just some things I feel like I wouldn't really wear as much now or get as much use out of. Down here I have my Fairfax and Favour handbag collection. As you can see, Fairfax and Favour are very generous sponsors. There's quite a lot down here. I have some like heels up here, and then some like extra like shoes and bits down there. And then this cupboard here, I'm not even going to show you. This is the mess cupboard. I feel like everyone needs a mess cupboard in their life. If something doesn't have a place yet, that's where it goes. If I lose something and I need to find it, I'll probably look in here. So there we go, not looking at that today. A lot of my furniture I did get secondhand. However, the one thing I really struggled to find was a dressing table. So this one I did splash out a little bit more and buy brand new, and this is from the Cotswold Company. But something I did do to make it seem a little bit more oldie-woldy to go with the 100-year-old cottage is that I bought a secondhand vintage mirror, and I feel like this mirror is just so pretty. I know it's not going to be to everyone's taste, but when I look at it, it makes me feel like I'm a princess, like in the morning. Also, I love this room because it goes out to my garden and I can see all the woods at the back of my house. It's also south facing as well, so it means that I get all the natural light in the morning. The only thing I would say about this dressing table is that the drawers aren't very big, like you can't fit a lot of stuff in. So I also purchased a bedside table to put next to it, and that's kind of like my makeup drawers that I have over here. I also have an old trunk that I've thrifted as well. I want to put like some dried flowers or something in here, or just like little trinkets, I don't know, bits and bobs, but at the moment it just kind of sits on there as decoration. I have my makeup brushes in an old little pot as well, which I feel like goes well too. Also thrifted this really old candlestick holder, and then just have some, obviously not thrifted candles. I feel like buying candles secondhand is not really like a thing. I feel like people just use their candles, like that kind of thing, do you know what I mean? I have a plant, I have some dried flowers. I have a little pumpkin here at the moment because I am filming this in October, so it's a little bit more festive up here. I also have this jewellery box as well that you can stack, so if I do get more jewellery I can buy more boxes to make it bigger, but I've just got 2 little bits at the moment. But yeah, this is pretty much my dressing table. Also, if I ever go live, this is normally where I'm doing it, with my makeup station, doing my makeup, that kind of thing. So I really should do more lives. Let me know if you'd like me to do some more, because the last one I really enjoyed. Something that I can't believe I haven't mentioned yet, but when I was sort of proper renovating, doing up the cottage, not just, you know, decorating things and making it pretty. These structural beams we actually had to put in. I can't remember if there wasn't one here, if it just wasn't in the right place. Somebody had moved the beams around to like probably fit a bed in or stuff like that. So one task I've had is to put some new beams in. So this is lovely oak. I think before there was some like softwood here. So we had to basically make the house structurally sound so it wouldn't fall down. Again with the other beam as well in the main bedroom. Also, that's given me the task of trying to fit things around the beams. Like I love the character because it's an old cottage, but it also does make things a little bit more on the tricky side when fitting furniture in. So I have, this is probably my favourite chest of drawers, just because it has little thistles on the handles and with the brass, and I just think it looks so pretty. Also, right in the corner, I made myself a little shoe rack, and that has some of my Fairfax and Favour boots. I've got trainers, heels, that kind of thing. So it's starting to overflow as well, so I'm gonna have to think of another solution for all my boots, but that is them there at the moment. I've also added some little trinkets, things like that. I've got some more jewellery in here, which I should probably put in my jewellery organiser. Got a candle, diffuser. I have this old kind of painting as well, which I just thought the colours were so pretty. I really like the frame. I think the frame was my favourite part. But there's also like some chickens and a cow there, like love my animals. I got some fake flowers as well in a little jug. Also got my perfume. This is like my one expensive like designer kind of perfume that I always buy my perfume when I travel for work, when I go through duty free because it's a bit cheaper. But if you want to know what I smell like, it is this one. And then we come around to my mirror. So this mirror is absolutely huge, and I thought with my job I do a lot of outfit pics, so I wanted to kind of go all out with my mirror. I love how it looks kind of old with the detailing. It's not like a boring mirror, it's a little bit more out there. I also have like a little hat here as well, which is kind of like a kind of, you know, when your gal's dressed up for horse shows, that kind of thing hat, which I'd quite like to hang on the back door here. Obviously this used to be 2 bedrooms, so this used to be the entrance, but it's not used as an entrance anymore, so I feel like I could probably decorate the door a little bit so it blends in more. But I feel like the way I've, you know, put the mirror and put this, it's actually like a little bench, but if you lift it up, it's got loads of storage, so I can put like my winter coats and things like that in here. I've also added some colourful cushions as well, just to add a little bit more colour in here, because it is quite neutral and I am definitely more of like a colourful person. Although again, this is a dressing room, I didn't want it to be too colourful because when I'm styling on outfits, that kind of thing, I don't want the background or anything to clash or affect how colours look when I'm wearing them, if that makes sense. That's why I went for very neutral kind of the back doors there for my wardrobe. Also in this little box here, I have all of my like styling tools for my hair. I feel like that's the one thing that just feels really messy when it's out and about, so that's all hidden in a little wicker basket. Obviously I don't put my hair straighteners in a wicker basket that's very flammable when they are still hot. Don't worry, I'm not that silly. Also, this is probably one of my favourite paintings I have. Again, it's an oil painting. I feel like I prefer oil paintings to watercolours. It's an original, and I just love the, like the sort of sage green of the frame as well. I just think it's so pretty, and also it ties in a bit with the cushions that I have here. I might change the cushions about. They're just here because I have them, and there we go. I feel like this room, obviously it needs a blind or some curtains, so still need to sort that out. And also I feel like because it is quite plain, maybe like a colourful rug could be fun. So if you have any rug ideas or suggestions, again, leave them in the comments. But there we go. I think that is pretty much my bedroom and dressing room tour complete. Again, there are still things I want to add, still things I want to change. But yeah, I feel like it's looking pretty tidy at the moment. It's looking a little bit more put together. So I'm really happy with how it's looking like. So yeah, thank you so much everybody for watching today's video and seeing what I've been getting up to with the cottage renovation series. Again, if you've missed some episodes or want to catch up on what I've been up to with the cottage, I'll leave the playlist as a link at the end of this video. But anyway, thank you so much everybody for watching today's video. If you're new or have not done so already, please like and subscribe because it really does help me out and I really do appreciate it. And I'll see you all next time. Bye! Hello everybody and welcome back to my cottage renovation series. It's been a little while but the episodes are now back, so starting off I thought I would show you what the reading room is looking like because it's a little bit of a mess. It's organised chaos, that was what we're saying for now, because it's currently a little bit of a construction site. We have lots of boxes. Actually, this whole box here
is filled with books, which today, very satisfying. I'm actually going to be filling these bookshelves, organising them all. We also have some paint tape that I need to peel off, so that's going to be super satisfying. This chair is going to be transformed, so there is a lot going on today. I also have my new desk that I built. I've done a lot of flat pack furniture recently, and yeah, I need to organise my desk, organise all of my scrapbooking things, so a lot to do. If you didn't know, this is actually the smallest room in the cottage, and you can sort of just about squeeze a bed in here. However, I do have a spare bedroom because I do live on my own, so I thought, you know what, this can be my at-home office. It's kind of like, I don't know, the girl version of a man cave, a lady cave. Nah, I think reading room sounds better. I think reading room sounds better. We'll leave it at that. But anyway, before we start today's video, you might be being like, Esme, where is your fabulous outfit from? So this top is actually from Lily Silk, who very kindly sponsored today's video. If you want to find out more information about their stuff, I'll leave a little link in the description below if you want to check them out. But yes, anyway, let's get on. Anyway, also, I've just realised I'm kind of matching the reading room with my outfit, which I promise I haven't done on purpose. You guys know I love a bit of coordination because my reading room kind of theme is navy and kind of like a stone colour or like a beigey colour, just to warm it up a little bit. So that's what we're going for. As I said before, this chair is actually, I've got a cover for it, so it is a bit bold, a little bit out there, so don't worry. We're gonna make sure everything goes well together. But first off, I think I might do a bit of tidying because, yeah, it's not looking good in here. So, oh, here's his trunk. The first thing I need to take out of here is Henry the Hoover, which you guys know is our yard hoover that I normally use up at the horses. He is our industrial hoover, and I can't lie, there was a lot of dust from the sanding, so I was like, you know what, we're gonna get the big guns out. So this guy, it's his time to go. Oh, he's plugged in as well. We don't want that. Okay, let's go, Henry. Back to your home. There we go, his tail's all tucked in now. I think everyone who does some sort of DIY project needs a trusty bucket, because when I was at the DIY shop and I was buying some drill bits and things, my dad was like, why have you got a bucket? Why do you need one? Well, it's so easy, because then I can just pop everything in the bucket and organise. I do have nail polish here because I did my nails at one point in here because I used the cardboard. I used the cardboard to paint my nails. Anyway, if you know, you know. But I do have some rubbish here that I need to take out. But I used it as a basket at the DIY shop, and then once I finished using it as a little DIY bucket, I can take it home with me and use it for the horses, because you always need an extra bucket. So there we go. I'm gonna try and organise this stuff the best I can. Also, our last DIY bucket might have broke, so that is that. I need to get rid of this paint as well, because I do not want to tip this anywhere. Paint spillage on the new carpet, not a good idea. I'm also very proud at how well I managed to paint match to this. Anyway, let's get you out of the way. Oh, it's coming together. I'm just grabbing all of my paint bed sheets. If you know, you know, and grab them out the way. I'm actually really impressed that we didn't manage to get any on the carpet. I'm just gonna chuck you in the corner for now. Forget about you. Anyway, it's the paint peeling, not paint, tape peeling time. Okay. We actually did multiple layers of tape just in case, because yeah, paint on the carpet. Ooh, over here. This is a long old piece. Oh no, it's stuck together. Okay, this one isn't going to be as satisfying, and do not worry, I'm going to do some touch-ups on the wall at some stage because, yeah, there has been some knockages and things, but at least it's not on the carpet, it's fine. Okay, this is going to be the really satisfying one. Ooh. Ooh. Look at that. Look at it go. It's going. It's still going. Oh no, touch-up bits there are needed. I'll tell you what, that's not bad, it could be worse. I think the walls are actually just a bit dusty from all the dust when we were sanding, so actually I think a lot of that just needs a bit of a clean rather than a repaint. Obviously, there are some areas that do need repainting, don't worry, we're going to make it perfect. If you're like me, you're looking at it like, no, that needs touching up, that bit needs doing, but it's fine. It'll be perfect in the end. But I'm just going to take these last bits off, which aren't as satisfying. That definitely needs touching up, but
I'd say that is looking pretty good. It's looking all right. There's more tape, but this is not as satisfying to peel up because it keeps coming off in pieces. So I will be back with you once I've peeled it. Come on, tape. I'm just so glad it's not on the carpet. I say that, I haven't peeled it all off yet. I don't know how well you can see the difference. To be fair, that pencil is coming off pretty well. But this bit here, don't know if it will show up on the camera, but a little bit of a clean and it looks so much better. Look how dusty it was. I'm gonna have to wash all my walls. That's not really something people do very often, is it? Or even at all. I don't think I've ever cleaned a wall before. So the joy of having a 100-year-old cottage is one of the reasons I was going to say, well, you can't really fit a bed in here too well, maybe a single one, is because of this lovely beam here, which is holding up basically the roof and my house. And if we didn't have it, my house would slowly sag and maybe even fall down. So yeah, if you watched the beginning of the cottage renovation series, you will know how important these beams are, because the house was falling down a little bit when I first got it anyway. Also, this kind of space here is a bit awkward because if I stand up, this is as high as I can stand because we have the eaves. So I thought, you know what, putting an MDF bookcase here is a good shout. I was thinking of buying some online and just putting them in, but because my house is a little bit wonky, it's not quite straight, I thought, you know, building some ones that are actually in here maybe is a better shout, because if not, they'll just end up looking wonky. I think the built-in look looks better as well. It's a bit more effort, it's a little bit more difficult, but it's here, it's painted. I think it looks really smart. I was a little bit scared at first of going for a dark colour, because if you know, everything in my cottage is very pastel-y, very, I don't know, girly, and I feel like this is a little bit more dark academia, but I love it. And the next thing I'm going to do is dress them, put my books in, and I do have quite a big book collection, so yeah, it's going to take a while. I almost forgot, before I put the books in, I have got an LED strip, and we put a little channel under here, so that can go all the way along. So this room is going to be very cosy with some lights underneath. Also, it's going to, you know, sharpen on the books really nicely and all my other knickknacks and bits and bobs, but I'm gonna light it up. I feel like a mad scientist. You should probably not do this and turn off the power, put it in, and then turn on the power, but you ready? Woo, look at it! Look at it shine. So cool. And then can you imagine when it's kind of, oh, let's get it the right way around, like that with the books underneath. It's gonna look so cool. All right, this is gonna be a little bit fiddly to feed it all the way through. I'm trying to feed it through like a little worm. Come on, little worm. Through we go, nice and gentle. Can we fit you through? Just come along on a little journey under my shelves. The LEDs are finally in. That did take a little bit longer than I was expecting because it's just very fiddly. You have to make sure that the strips are all straight, they don't have any twists in. But anyway, they are up and they look so good. The only problem I am thinking though with the light on it is you can see the more imperfections that we have on these bookshelves. They're a little bit rugged, but you know what, goes with the cottage, and once everything's in there you won't be able to see that as much. Also, there are some bits that I might need to touch up, but anyway, I thought I'd play around with this because there's like a oh, okay, party in the reading room, maybe not that one. Jump, what's that? Ooh, okay, cool. Interesting. They're having a little party. Strobe. Okay, that's too much. That's too much for me. How do I stop it? How do I just go to normal? No, stop. Okay, that seems fine. Oh, you can make it, okay, how bright do I want? Maybe like a medium, like a 60%? That looks pretty good. Anyway, I've had fun playing around with the LEDs, but now I just cannot wait. This is the thing I've been waiting for, and that is putting all of my books in.
Don't leave me behind here. I've just arrived. I've been waiting for someone to take me away, far away.
Welcome to my book collection so far. To be fair, most of these I have actually read. Well, I'm a big reader, but I just want to say also that this book collection I probably started when it was about 11, 12 maybe. So if you look at some books here, for example, I don't know, the Twilight series, that was, you know, big back in the day when I was a teenager. So there are some very cringy teenage girl kind of books in here, but you know what?
on the This Esme channel, we do not judge, so please do not judge me for my book collection. Some of the stuff here is not really my reading taste anymore. There were a lot of book talk books that I kind of dived into because everyone was reading and I wanted to see what the hype was about. So yeah, there are some interesting choices here and you're like, Esme, why do you read that kind of stuff? That is why. Anyway, time to put them in the bookshelves. Now, controversial, but I'm going to put them in colour order. You guys know I love satisfying rainbowy kind of, all of my saddle pads, you guys know with the horses, they're all in colour order, so I'm going to do that. I am deciding though, some of the series I might keep together, so I might do like a little series shelf, because that's why a lot of people don't like them in colour order, because they're upset about the series being split apart. So I'm going to put them in colour order first, see how it is, and maybe put the series together. But anyway, this is going to be, I've tried to put them in kind of little colour order sections. So I have like the greeny, oh no, sorry, don't fly away. I have the greeny blue section here, I have like a red section, so it's going to make organising them a little bit easier. I'm just deciding if I'm going to put the series together. So what I might do on the bottom shelf is put all the series, and then in gaps like this, I actually have like some bookends and some cute little excuse me, I'm trying to film a video. Some cute little knickknacks and things. So I'm going to see what the series look like together. So we have the rainbow on the top and the series together at the bottom. That might be a good idea. Excuse me. That might be a good idea. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it looks. I might change this up. You never know, once I've collected some more books over the years, I might completely change how it looks entirely, but I'm having a lot of fun playing around. Oh my goodness, these bookshelves are giving me so much serotonin right now. How satisfying does it look? So in the end, I did decide to go rainbow on the top and then series at the bottom. So kind of best of both worlds, actually. When you walk in, it feels like I'm at some sort of bookshop or Waterstones or something like that. I've also, where I do have some gaps, added some like little jugs and things. This one I actually got from the charity shop. It was only like £2 or something like that. So charity shop finds are great for little homeware bits. But yeah, I have loads of little cute things. I think this is also a great time for me to do some more book shopping, because I was going through it and putting them up, and most of the books up here I have read. I know most people who collect books or read books is normally about 50-50 of read and unread, when I'd say for me, I'd say about 70% of the books I've read, so I feel like that's pretty good going compared to most readers. So my TBR isn't actually that long, so if you have any book recommendations, leave them in the comments, because I'd love to find out what books you're into and what sort of things you like to read. But anyway, also you might be wondering, oh, I like your favourite books, for example, the ones that I've turned this way around, just where I've had some gaps and things, just to make space. But I've actually gone for the ones that have the prettiest covers, so there we go. Please don't get angry at me, but I just think, like, for example, the June one, that is such a pretty cover. So anyway, yes, this is how it's looking like at the moment. I think also I have room up here for expansion for future books, so I can put them up here as well, because, oh no, which one do I take out? This one, because look, fits perfectly. There we go. Also, I might get some other pretty things to put on here as well. You guys know me, I like collecting little bits and bobs. But anyway, yeah, I think the next thing I'm going to do is set up my little reading chair. I've got a little lamp that I need to set up, some cushions, a cover, so that's going to be the next job. So here is my little chair, and then this is the cover that I got. And oh my goodness, I'm so happy with it, because if I chuck it on, it might take me a little while to style to get it perfect, because I'm such a picky person. Oh, I might just put it this way a tiny bit more. I'm so picky. Okay, and then a little cushion. Maybe like a little, it's too much. I just don't know if it breaks up the navy a little bit, although that one's, I might just go for the one cushion, that's too much. I have myself a little footstool, so when I'm sitting here, I can sprawl out. Look at me, matching with the everything. Okay, now for my little table. So here is the lamp. I don't actually have a light bulb for it at the moment, so I'm gonna have to order. That is what the little lamp's gonna look like. Maybe I can move that out a little bit. There we go. I quite like having the table here because it gives me a bit of room between where the door is. I have this little candle too, which looks very cute and cottagey. But yeah, how cute is that looking? Maybe a little coaster, so while I'm sitting here reading, I'm gonna have a little snack there or a little drink or something, but it's coming together really nicely. Oh wait, I've got room here for a picture that I need to put up. I think I'm just about squeezed into frame, but how gorgeous is this? I actually got this from a vintage shop and it's a original oil painting and I love the sort of brassy bit on it, but I'm thinking maybe like here will fit in really nicely, and then it also goes pretty well with the brass of this too, just to warm it up a little bit because there is quite a bit of navy in here. Welcome to my very messy desk that, I can't lie, I have started using as some sort of scrapbooking zone. However, everything is very disorganised. I have actually just got these little plastic organisers that I'm going to use in my drawer here because at the moment I'm using an iPad box for putting all my bits of paper in, so I'd quite like to colour coordinate all the paper and all the things like that. I also have this little cupboard storage as well for putting bits in. The only thing that is semi-organised at the moment is how I've done all of my pens, which I'm so proud of because does this not go with my vibe so well? Because this actually, believe it or not, I got in the home section, in the kitchen section, and it was actually, it did say under the little flower washi tape that I've put here, tea, coffee and sugar, and they did have little lids as well. So I took the lids off and then I put some pens inside, and I just thought, because everything in the cottage is a little bit oldie-woldy, that would look so cool for all my pens in. I'm actually tempted to get a second one because I do have more than one lot of pens. At the moment, my previous storage was these little buckets here, which I can't lie, are still very cute, but I've had them a while. They're a little bit broken and they're not the best for organising things in, so we're gonna have a satisfying organised. I also have for my scrapbook, which is here, that I document all my adventures in, that I'm so grateful to be able to do with doing the channel and YouTube and that kind of thing. I also have these cute little stickers of plants, which is also very me. So I want to try and like organise those as well. So yeah, that's the plan. I also have this cute little dish that I was thinking, because in my desk at the actual office, which is where the horses are kept, I have a little dish like this, which is so useful to have on your desk because I put like lip gloss in there, hand cream, breath mints, like, I don't know, just like little things, hair ties that you might need. So I might do that here as well, but yeah, a lot to organise. My goodness, everywhere is looking so much better. It's like a completely different room to how it was this morning. Tell you what though, I'm gonna have a little bit of a sit down because I am pooped, I am tired. I feel like I've been scuttling around the floor, doing lots of organising, and I tell you what, I've actually been so comfortable as well, wearing this lovely outfit from Lily Silk. So thank you so much again to Lily Silk for sponsoring today's video. But while I'm sitting down, I thought I would show you my scrapbook because I have just kind of done a whole like organise my scrapbooking desk with me, and I know that you guys are always curious, you guys like to see what I get up to in my little scrapbook. So I thought I would show you one of my more recent favourite pages, and this is my monthly spread. So I have lots of little pictures of flowers, I've got some ferns,
I've tried to make it kind of aesthetic, but there we go. I also do like weekly ones each week where I just kind of write down what I got up to with the horses, with my job, in the cottage, that kind of thing, seeing family and friends. So I won't show you that. There's a little sneak peek. If you would like a scrapbooking video, let me know in the comments. But yeah, I've had so much fun today. Also, if you enjoyed today's video, I will leave a little link to one that you might also enjoy. If you want to click on that, so click here, enjoy, and I'll see you all next time. Bye! Hi, little guy. Oh, okay, I've been rejected. See you later. Okay, I'm going to try and get in here, but oh, it might collapse on me as I try to get in. Oh, sweetness. Okay. Oh, there's a little bench in here. I don't know if it'll be salvageable. Oh, no, that's... Hello everybody and welcome back to my cottage renovation series. Do not worry, this is not the cottage that we're renovating, but we are currently in the garden, and my garden, it's a bit of a mess. So the first part of this video is mainly going to be me smashing things up, including the cafe that we have here. RIP cafe. Okay, I'm going to have to try and crawl out of this. Shall I go through the window? That might be easiest. Flexibility. Woo! I'm out. The cafe is also a convertible cafe because it has no roof. It's got a soft top. I actually made a joke when I first moved in here because the roof blew off, and I was like, haha, I should make a video that the roof has fallen off. And then it actually went and happened because I needed a very expensive new roof. But anyway, today we're tackling the garden. I have lots of overgrown weeds. I actually am supposed to be having a birthday party in 2 weeks' time. So the plan is to make this look good. So this table and chairs here actually, I actually sat on it the other day and it collapsed, it broke, and I was talking to my neighbour about it and he was saying, oh, someone quite heavy must have sat on there, and I was like, that was me. But it is very rotten, so it's fine. But yeah, so I'm going to grab my sledgehammer. I also have a crowbar, which I know what this is from video games because sometimes people use them as a weapon, but anyway, we're not going to be doing that today. We're going to be crowing up. That's probably not an adjective word, but it's crowing up a verb. Oh, this is going to be a satisfying video. I'm going to pretend I'm really strong when everything is actually just very rotten. But anyway, I hope you enjoy seeing me smash up some things. You can pretend that the cafe is someone that you don't like and I'm smashing them up. I really shouldn't put that in there. I do not condone violence, but it is going to be good fun. That's all I'm saying. Who needs a rage room when you have an old cafe to smash up? I feel like I should be wearing more safety equipment than this, but anyway, this is actually quite heavy, so I'll give it my best shot. I'm going to pretend it's like a piñata. You ready? Ooh, I'm stronger than I thought. It hasn't really done anything, but... Oh, I've smashed it. Wow. Well, I think it's destroyed. So this is the aftermath of the cafe. It is now gone. It is now deceased. And I'm just kind of going through at the moment, taking all the little plastic bits off so we can put all that on the wood fire, burn that sometime. But yeah, we're getting there. One thing down, a lot more to do today.
Christ, heart chained to rhythm and blues, forgetting your name with every move. I'm broken, but all I wanna do is dance, dance through it, dance, dance through it. I was stuck running through emotions that you left behind. Put on that dress inside my closet that you never liked.
This little corner is now tidied up. It's looking so much better. The cafe's gone. I've got rid of a lot of weeds and things that was overgrowing, a lot of dead leaves. Given a bit of a sweep. I might give it a bit of a pressure wash later, but this area is not high priority because I do need to remove the decking because it's rotten. It's a trip hazard. It's very slippery as well. Like, it's just got to go. It's proper crumbling. But anyway, so the next part I need to, what I was thinking actually, I might move the table that's not falling apart onto here as kind of a don't walk on this area, especially for my party in 2 weeks, because I don't want anybody to hurt themselves. So this bit I'm probably going to cordon off, but at some stage when I do get my patio done, we're ripping it out, it's going. The bench that I broke with my bum is now gone, and I've moved the table over here, and oh my goodness, it's made me realise how much space I have in this patio area. Of course we have multiple weeds that are very high up as well, so it's weeding time to get rid of all of those. I've also had a few battles with brambles, and I think the brambles have won, so, but I do have some more battles left, because look at all this. Look at all these brambles. Time to go. Goodbye. Look at this guy here that I've just ripped out. He is hefty. And I got him by the root as well. Awesome. Okay, time to get rid of you.
I'm not saying you didn't hurt me at all, but it all falls away under the disco ball. Crushed heart chained to rhythm and blues, forgetting your name with every move. I'm broken, but all I wanna do is dance, dance through it, dance, dance through it. Cut me deeper, kick off my shoes, forgetting the pain with every move. I'm broken, but all I wanna do is dance, dance through it, dance, dance through it. Feel the beat of the drum and the tears I once cried disappear.
Oh my goodness, that was a lot of hard work, being on your hands and knees, taking up all the weeds. This whole area here, I didn't even realise there's a little bed kind of in that corner, so the patio kind of just stops. But anyway, it is looking so much better, but I'm very excited to use the pressure washer, because I feel like this is going to be the most exciting part and the most satisfying part as well. And I can just stand here and move my arms rather than having to like physically pull all the weeds out, which was, I must say, a workout, a lot of hard work. I'm going to sleep tonight, that is for sure. But anyway, let's go. That was a bit mucky. Well, under the furniture, all of the moss, all of the mud, all of the leaves, all of the weeds, we have a patio. I feel like I've been an archaeologist today, you know, excavating this site. I feel like I've discovered a new land. However, I feel like archaeologists don't use pressure washers and a lot of violence, because I tell you what, I was proper going for it, especially if there were the weeds there. I was like, die weeds, die. Anyway, this is what it's looking like. I'm so happy. It honestly is transformed. I know it's not very straight, it's a little bit wonky. There are also a lot of gaps that I need to pug and fill in and get some sand and cement and that kind of stuff. But if you look at where we started this morning, it is a total transformation. Also, the side here, I even pressure washed the table. I'm thinking maybe I could survive this by either just chucking a tablecloth on it, don't worry about what's underneath, or maybe I could sand it down and paint it or varnish it. The decking, it's a little bit sketchy still. It will have to go at some point this summer, but for my party, I'm thinking put some things across so nobody walks on it, because it is a little bit lethal. It can just about take my weight in some places. Other places I have fallen through at the back, but we're going to ignore that. We're going to take today as a success because we've made a lot of progress. But anyway, I'm going to go and get myself cleaned up, because I actually have another big day tomorrow, because I've been invited to the Chelsea Flower Show in London for their media day. So I'm going to look around there, look at all the flowers, all the pretty things, and hopefully take some inspiration for my own garden.
and welcome to the Royal Chelsea Flower Show. So I have just entered, I've actually just picked up my press pass here, which has my little photo on, which is really funny because it feels like I'm at a horse show, but today it's all about flowers, it's all about horticulture. Also, I've just been in the media centre, which is also weird because it's exactly the same as kind of like a media centre for a horse show. But anyway, thought I would take you along with me today. I'm currently in this sort of shopping row at the moment, which has so many shops, so I feel like it might be a little bit dangerous. I might end up getting some bits and bobs for the cottage. They have lots of homeware as well, but today we're here to get some inspiration for my garden. So I'm also here today as a Boodles ambassador, so you might be able to see I have their beautiful earrings on, and I also have a necklace from them on as well. So first thing this morning I did go and see them, said hi to the team, and they very kindly dressed me in diamonds. But anyway, let's move on because I've seen some really cute greenhouses. So there is this dragon water feature here, which is incredible. Look at that, it is huge. Don't think it's going to quite fit in my garden, but that is very impressive. I want to know, how did they get it here? Like, how did they transport it? I thought I would take you in this greenhouse because, oh my goodness, it is gorgeous. This is the dream. One day, again, don't think it will quite fit in my garden, but it is so lovely. Also, it's sage green, which if you've been watching my channel for a while, or my cottage renovation series, you will know that I do love a bit of sage green. Like, it's the colour of my living room wall. So yeah, and look, they've got like a beautiful table, all decorated, all of the plants. I feel like I'm just walking through Pinterest. That's what I'm doing today, walking through Pinterest. We're now at the balcony container gardens, and I love how each one has a very different vibe. So if we come around here, you'll see this one has a very beachy vibe. We've got a little deck chair, which is very cute. Here we have a slightly more modern one. I love the succulents up on the wall, that's so clever. I also love all of the water features. I think they're so relaxing. It's making me want to get one for the cottage. I wish that you guys could smell what it smells like here because, oh my goodness, it is so good with all the flowers. Also, very weird, but one of my favourite smells is wood chip, and there's a lot of wood chip here, so I'm just like, oh, the fresh air. It smells so good. Something that's also very cool about being here on the media day is celeb spotting. So there's a lot of people doing presenting for the BBC. You can spot them quite easily because there are just a huge amount of cranes and camera crew. There is actually some people right over there, so it'll be interesting to see who they are. But I've had an absolutely fabulous time here at the Royal Chelsea Flower Show. So thank you so much to Boodles for very kindly inviting me and having me here today. I've definitely got a lot of inspiration for the cottage and the garden, so be sure to look out for another episode coming very soon. Welcome to a new day at the cottage. The patio, as you might be able to see, is looking so much better. So the other day we actually pugged it, but we haven't finished it, so don't worry, more satisfying clips of me filling in all the gaps. But I've done this main area here and it's pretty solid, it's looking good, it's looking so much better. It's almost like a brand new patio. Also recently, I've done a bit of shopping. I've been inspired from my trip to the Chelsea Flower Show, so let me show you what I've got. So I have this beautiful vintage, I think it might be French baby's bath, or maybe it's a bit bigger than a baby's bath, maybe like a child. I don't think I'd quite be able to fit my bum in there, but how cool is that? And I was inspired when I was at Chelsea to get something like this, to put some flowers in. Because the patio is kind of 2 levels, I thought I might put something across here, so when it's dark and I have friends over for a party, nobody's just gonna like fall or walk off the edge. And also, I think it would be nice to put some flowers in there. I've also recently bought some flowers from the garden centre. So the plan is today to also fill in some, well, drill in some holes in here so it can drain, and then fill it with flowers, make it all pretty. And yeah, I've also got some bay trees that I've put in these pots here, which I thought, because these pots are quite tall, like they go up quite high, a little tree would look cute. And I've also got some old metal buckets that I put lavender in, and lavender is one of my favourite flowers. I just love the smell of them, they're so pretty, and obviously all the bumblebees and things, absolutely love them. And then these I've actually had a little while, they are new, but I thought I'd show them to you because I haven't shown you them yet. But I have 2 little metal ducks because, I don't know, I just like ducks and I think they're cute. And I had to get 2 because they needed a friend, they needed each other. I couldn't just leave one at the shop, I had to get the other one. So So here are all my little flowers that I got at the garden centre yesterday. And then I also have another little bath. This is definitely more of like a baby's one. However, I will need to drill some holes in here because only yesterday it's filled up with this much water. So obviously we don't want these guys getting drowned. Just put them in there for transportation. But anyway, let's get rid of all this water. So the plan is to kind of put my plants in around the kind of place that I want them to go, then put all the soil in, and then put them in. So I have a plan. I'm thinking you guys could be quite cute either side. Oh yeah, she's looking cute. She's got the vibe. Oh, look how pretty that's looking. And then maybe a little bit of purple at the front or a little bit of pink. And then I'm thinking, these are going to be higher up, obviously. Then maybe a little pink. And then I will scatter these little guys in where I think will fit best. I like how it's got the warmth of the terracotta, but then also it's not too cold with just steel. I like the best of both worlds, although it's making me think for this side, I need to get some more terracotta pots. I'm gonna have to make another trip to the garden centre. What a shame, what a shame. I found some old bricks that I'm putting in here as a base, so I don't need to put as much soil. The only thing it does mean this is never moving. This is staying here for life. Although, that might be a good idea though, because if we do get some wind, it's not gonna blow over and then crash. But I think, oh, there's even a little worm in here, that's great. I think, yes, it's time to put the soil in now. That's pretty good. So I'm just going to double check one more time that they fit by putting them in there. I'll probably put, actually that might be all right. I was going to say I'll probably put a little bit more soil in, but it's going to look good, guys. I have a vision. Yes. And then the little ones at the front and the back. Oh, it's already looking so pretty. My dad just said that it looks like a grave though, so hopefully it doesn't look like a grave. That's not the vibes we're going for. We're going for pretty cottage garden, not funeral. Oh my goodness, I am so happy with how my flowers look. Of course, gonna give them a good old water. When I tell you I was in the garden centre for a long time, picking all the flowers, well not actually picking them, but choosing them, putting them in a row, being like, does that work? Do these colours work together? But I think it's great. I was going to go like all white or all purple or all pink, but I thought, you know what? We'll do pink, purple and white. Might be a little bit too much colour, but I think it just brightens up the garden a lot. Of course, going to water my lavender as well, although it has rained quite a lot lately. But I don't want these guys getting too dry, especially as they're new to the garden. This guy's going to need a lot of water because he is a big old planter. And yeah, look how good. It's really come to life. The vision is here. It's working. So this area here is, the plan is to put my sun loungers because it's a little bit higher up. It can be more of like a little sun trap, but this is the most kind of dangerous part of the patio. It's very wibbly wobbly. It's very trip yourself up, but it's a lot cheaper to fill in the holes than to get it completely demolished, flattened down. So we're dealing with what we have. I spent a bit of money on some flowers and some planters, which is a lot cheaper than a whole new patio. So anyway, time to fill in all of those holes. There are some absolutely huge gaps here. They're like almost canyons. So I'm gonna be using a wetter mix for those so they fill in the gaps. But this isn't a building channel. This is a horse and country channel. So if you would like to find out more information about how to do all that stuff, Google it and watch a YouTube tutorial like I did. I'm definitely no pro or expert, but it's working. It's up to an Esme standard, which isn't very high. So the garden is probably looking very different to when you last saw it because the patio is finished, we've done all the grouting, I've got all my flowers which have really sprouted up in the last couple of days. It's so lovely seeing all the bees on them and the butterflies. I have my little sun loungers as well, which is super cool that we've built. And tell you what though, putting the cushions into these cushion covers, it took me a little while. It was like trying to stuff a sleeping bag in a sleeping bag, but it's fine.
fine. They're here, they're perfect. I've got a little, oh, there's a bumblebee, as I was just talking about the bees. I also have a little citronella candle, so I can light this to keep the mosquitoes away. And of course, that is pink as well, to go with my flowers. I got my little duck. So this is kind of the lounging, this is kind of like the sunbathing, lying down, reading a book area. And if I take you over here, if I come down the little step, oh no, the wind. This was perfect a few seconds ago. We're gonna pretend this has not happened. Stop it, stay down. Down, boy, down. Okay, I might need to get some more candles and things to keep the tablecloth down, but I have my table and chairs because today is actually the day that I'm having my birthday party that we're filming this. I have little cushions as well. I've got some flowers, I've got some bunting up that says happy birthday, and you can probably see back here we have put a lot of bunting up. We even have pastel floral bunting, which is very me. We also have another little table and chairs over here, which is very cute. Again, I've got another little matching candle. So we've got lots of different seating areas for people to sit on when they come to my party. And yeah, and that's pretty much it. We've put some little fairy lights up as well. So also all of these beds now have plants in. I've done a lot of gardening over the last few days. So on that note, I think we're going to finish off today's video here. I'm currently in my gardening, getting everything set up clothes, so I need to go and get dressed up for my party. But yes, thank you so much everybody for watching today's video. If you're new or haven't done so already, please like and subscribe. And if you would like to see another video of mine, over here, click on it, enjoy, go and watch that one next. I'll see you next time, bye.